Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter Game Day Show brought to you by BetUS. It is Bucs versus Saints. The Bucs are in New Orleans after a crazy week. They're about to kick off in just a second, and we're going to give our live reactions, analysis, and everything in between to this game. So very excited that the Bucs are back playing football. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me is my fellow colleague from PewterReport.com. I'm typically on the Pewter Game Day Show, unless he's in the building. It is Josh Capo. Josh, thanks for joining. How's it going?
Matt, I'm doing well and excited for some football. I know lots going on in Florida and North Carolina over the last few weeks. As a South Florida grad, and my fiance's used to go to App State trying to rep some of that. And just trying to look for a happy distraction. I know a lot of Bucs fans are hoping that the team can provide that for them this week.
Yeah, that's kind of what we want to do with some of our shows, some of our podcasts, and this is actually a good way to introduce. We just tweeted it out before on Pewter Report's account, but for not the Game Day Show, but feel free to super chat regardless. But for the Pewter post game show, when Scott and I are on after this, and for Monday's show, Pewter Report is going to match any super chat by the Pewter people on the show up to $1,000, and it will be donated to Gronk's Hurricane Helene and Milton Relief Fund. So it's going to help directly to Tampa Bay people. We thought it was a good tie-in as well because Gronk played for the Buccaneers. He's obviously familiar with this area. So keep that in mind if you want to, help out those in need. Pewter Report will be matching super chat donations for the post-game show and the post-game show and the Monday show as well. All right. We are about to kick off here, Josh. What are you seeing on your screen at the moment? We do have to sync up our TVs.
Just had the wonderful Pam Oliver pop on probably 10 seconds ago.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she just popped on as well. Then it went to Spencer Radler. So I think we're pretty close. Yeah. Cool. Well, the good news, too, Antoine Winfield Jr. is back. That's a huge boost for Tampa Bay. Kalijah Cansey returning. Jordan Whitehead, good to go, cleared to play. Obviously, Luke Gedeke on the right-hand side. So still kind of missing players here and there. No Rashad White in this one. But Bucky Irving will kind of take the lead at running back. But good to see some of the guys that we haven't seen in a while returning.
Yeah, it's huge. And the Saints are really banged up themselves, obviously with Spencer Rattler playing in place of David Carr as Bucky Irving takes the kickoff out to the 25. So this is probably as important of a regular season game as the Bucs have played, I don't know, since like they were vying for playoff position at the end of the season a couple years ago. Like, this is a huge regular season game for them.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, as far as the last most important game, I guess, yeah, maybe like getting in last year when they had to win that last game of the season. As the Bucs start, they drop back. It's Baker to Mike Evans over the middle. That's a first down or close to it.
Yep. One player on offense that you see in there who hasn't been there for the last few weeks is Luke Gedeke. Really interesting thing with Gedeke, he's wearing a Guardian cap, obviously coming off the concussion. But Gedeke was wearing one of those different helmets in training camp, right? One where he didn't have to wear a Guardian cap because it was supposedly better for head hits. And I guess he switched to a Guardian cap.
Yeah, that's a good find right there as a flag is thrown before it starts. And Gedeke's already getting into the mix with Shepard in this one. And you know what? Seeing a couple of other players around the league wearing the Guardian cap, it kind of blends in pretty well. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, everybody has to wear the Guardian cap, but it doesn't bother me anymore from an aesthetic standpoint. I obviously, care about the player safety and stuff like that, but I don't think it takes away from the game at all. Even looking at Gedeke now, even though they need to get a better pewter color cap. Like, it doesn't really match with the other Bucs helmets, but I guess that's kind of tougher to do than like your traditional black and white color.
Yeah, and as somebody who's had a lot of head injuries myself, I love that guys are wearing it more and more. It's becoming more accepted, and hopefully it does reduce the amount of those types of hits.
Baker Mayfield scrambles to his left side, then finds Chris Godwin. So it'll be a 2nd and 7. But Josh, I think you got to like them throwing on first down after the penalty and not giving up and just running it.
Yeah, you get yourself back. 2nd and 7 isn't the greatest position to be in, but you run on 1st and 15 there. You're probably looking at 2nd and 11 if it's a solid run. So yeah, I mean, a couple of first throws and they're driving even with the penalty.
Bucky Irving gets a handoff, breaks the first tackle, then gets about another yard or two. Gay Jr. making the tackle. So it'll be 3rd and 5, very manageable 5 yards. By the way, just want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us for the Pewter Game Day show. We'll get to some more comments, especially like during commercial break. But Cincy Kid says, Bucky and Furu Karab, both of these people are Pewter Report YouTube channel members, says, whatever it takes, just get the win. Okay, 3rd down. Bucky Irving stays in the game at running back. I'm curious how that rotation will be specifically for 3rd down. Baker calls other plays, gets the snap, throws, has Chris Godwin. That's a 1st down. Nice job by Baker Mayfield. Looks like he was making some calls up at the line of scrimmage, had to pretty much use all of the play clock. But Chris Godwin, nothing too over the top, just, a couple yards down the field, 1st down, drive keeps moving.
Yeah, great job by the offensive line, and Irving the Saints mugged up the line there and then dropped a bunch of guys. They picked everything up, and then good play to get Godwin underneath with a bunch of deep routes, clearing the underneath for him.
And then Bucs go right back to passing. Baker Mayfield finds Sterling Shepard over the middle for 8 yards. I'm just laughing because Baker put a ton of zip and mustard on that. And he had to. It looks like the Saints were playing a lot of zone early on in this game. I'm curious if that'll continue the way Baker's been able to kind of slice through it a little bit. Sean Tucker's now in the game. They go play action. Baker throwing down the field has Mike Evans. He gets out of bounds at around the 20. So, Josh, so far we've seen all the top 3 Bucs wide receivers all involved. Mike has 2 catches. Chris has 2, and Sterling Shepard's on the board as well. Chris might even have 3. I haven't checked the stats yet. But yeah, all the receivers getting in early, and that's exactly what Liam Cohen talked about this week.
Well, and it's interesting, the 3rd receiver, right, Matt? Because Trey Palmer is out, but Jalen McMillan, who started the season as the Bucs' number 3 wide receiver, is active for this game. But with Sterling Shepard now being a part of the 53-man roster, and honestly, just where they're at in this point in each of their respective careers, Sterling Shepard is absolutely the better receiver. Oh, nice little flip. And some broken tackles.
I know this is a family show, but I got to say, that was a sexy play. The way that they just faked it and then ditched it out to the left. McMillan was in on that play. He was the motion guy.
Yep.
Ryan Miller on the field for that play as well, trying to get some blocks and at least gets in the way. So Bucky Irving, yes, he did make that great broken tackle. And then Bucky Irving did the rest. All right, 1st and goal for Tampa Bay. Baker in the shotgun. Looking for Chris Godwin, and he caught it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 3rd week in a row where the Bucs have an opening drive touchdown.
Praise be to
Godwin.
And
the streak is over on Pewter Picks and Props. Every week I do player props, but I also do a touchdown prop. I had not gotten one yet, but this week I took Chris Godwin and he delivers. So without waiting anymore, let's play that video. That is how you freaking start a game, Josh Capo. And now you have the Bucs coming on with their healthy defense against a rookie quarterback. You couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. He got his playmakers involved. Baker was 6 of 6, 62 yards in the touchdown. The Bucs threw the ball 6 times to running it twice, and because of that, those 2 runs, Matt, 17 yards. Just a fantastic opening drive.
I don't want to say unbelievable because I do believe that the Bucs can do something like this. Man, that's how you freaking start. Looks like all the rest for the Bucs did them pretty well. I know they still have injuries to deal with, but the guys that are playing that had a couple extra days to rest those legs, not bad.
Yeah, no, it was a wonderful drive. And Baker looks decisive. He's reading the defense out easily, has not put the ball in harm's way. The offensive line held up really well throughout that drive. Like, couldn't have really dreamed it up any better outside of the false start.
Exactly. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Scott. I know I do the show with him a lot, but exactly, Josh. And the one time there was a little bit of pressure, Baker saw it right away and just rolled out to his left a little bit. So, that's a great job of kind of being in harmony with the O-line and quarterback itself. Angelina S says LFG. Q's44 says yes. And sorry they went play action to Sean Tucker, Q's44, but I think he'll get the ball eventually. Joshua T says Baker touchdown maker.
Yeah, I like that one, Josh. I was going to say the best part about that entire drive, your boy has Chris Godwin in a PPR league. So 10.9 points for Chris Godwin in the first drive bodes well for my fantasy prospects.
Love it. Love it. Praise be. Furu Kawab says Gus Swayze going off that drive. Yep. Shout out to that video from last week. A hilarious video. I had so much fun watching that.
It was so good.
Also, we have a new YouTube channel member. They joined, I think, on Friday's show. But shout out to Canal Aleatorio, who says, good start, Bucs. Yeah, that cannot really be much of a better opening drive. I'm also realizing now when you say start and then Bucs, it kind of sounds like Starbucks.
I like it. There's a built-in partnership they need to explore there.
Yes. Well, they actually are sponsored by Dunkin', but
oh, never mind.
Who knows? Sponsorships run out. Jeff the Champ says, I'm too, Josh. LOL. So
let's go, Jeff.
Yeah. Professor X says, y'all smell that? It's just a little shake and bake.
Trying to remember what the movements for that were, but like they shook it, they put it in the oven, they pulled it out of the oven.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we probably will never see the two of them in a movie again. Together. I'm sure we'll see both.
Why specifically? Spencer Rattler rolls out, finds a wide open Jawan Johnson, and oh my God, the nightmare is back with the Bucs defense just having receivers wide open, or tight ends in this case.
KJ Britt is going to have a lot on his shoulders between this week and then especially next week against Baltimore. So let's see.
Oh yeah.
He has no clue where he is. Just no understanding of the space behind him. He's got to get deeper in that drop.
Oh, what are you talking about? KJ Britt just got a sack. He's making plays. Bucs get a.
I'm like 2 seconds behind you, so you were saying it as he's falling on Rattler. It was A+ timing in my house. No, it's perfect. I loved it.
I apologize. I'm gonna pause it for 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. All right. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Bucs get a break there with the botched snap. Rattler finds. Olave, the ball's loose again. Nobody sees it. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it up, and he's going the other way, and he's going to take it for us.
Wow. Welcome back, Winfield. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Antoine Winfield Jr. We'll see if this holds up as a fumble and not just an incompletion. But oh my
that
goodness,
is a catch. That is a
what
catch.
A
that is a strip by Tyke. Wow.
Tyke Smith with the forced fumble. Zion McCollum also on the hit, making sure that Olave can't even get to the football. And Antoine Winfield Jr. immediately comes back and makes a big play. And Josh, I'm just remembering I started the Bucs defense this week.
Guess what, buddy? I'm in an IDP league, and guess who my defensive back is?
Oh, really?
Antoine Winfield Jr. made it into my starting lineup today. Let's go.
What a start for the Bucs.
They still haven't updated it on CBS Sports. I'm waiting for that to just...
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for as well. Man, oh man. I know Winfield was a little bit more of a beneficiary of being in the right spot. But also, it got overlooked a little bit the way that the game ended. But Tyke Smith made a great play at the end of the Bucs-Falcons game that you were at. He forced a fumble, and it went out of bounds, but it knocked the Falcons back just a little bit where they had to keep earning it, which they did. But it took them a little bit longer than it might have if it wasn't for that forced fumble. Let's see. Oh, by the way, since we're at a commercial, we got a very generous super chat from the other guy, Max. Thank you, Max, or the other guy, Max, for this $50 super chat. It says, Hurricane relief, let's go Bucs, and respect to Pewter Report for matching chats. Very kind of you to do. And I will make sure this goes to the relief as well. But just to clarify, the super chats that are going to Hurricane relief, that Pewter Report is going to match, is for the post-game show. So not this, but like after when we do the Pewter post-game show. And then Monday show as well when we do roll call and all the Monday stuff that goes on. So I will see to it that this super chat goes to that relief fund as well. But I do want to specify to everybody that the super chats and everything will be for the post-game podcast and the Monday podcast. All right. It looks like I think it's going to stay. Oh, never mind.
The ruling on the field does stand. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it is
NFL. Yeah, NFL Jesus gives us a little bit of a quick pull of the draw.
We love it. You know what that means? First of all, take that off the screen. We need to get a graphic for fumble because we have interception, but we don't have fumble. But nonetheless, it's
Let's just use it. You know how in betting, Matt, they have like anytime touchdowns, which usually have like, especially for defensive players, huge odds, right?
Yeah.
So kind of rooting for that to happen with like a Yaya Diaby interception for a touchdown. Because imagine how many graphics you get to play back to back on.
I would love that. And then like in a weird universe where Chase McLaughlin like gets hurt, but then he's totally fine after, but he can't kick for a game. Yaya Diaby also kicks the extra point. Like the emergency kicker.
Dario.
Give a high snap. The extra point is good by Chase McLaughlin. Bucs lead 14-0 in the first.
So the last time you and I were together on this podcast was 2 weeks ago, right? And we basically said that things could not have gone better through the first two drives. Little did we know this could happen. And this is literally better than the first two drives 2 weeks ago.
It is. And it's not exactly the same, but it weirdly reminds me of last year when the Bucs played the Saints. The score was different, but the big moment in the game, at least early on, was Antoine Winfield Jr. forcing that fumble right by the Saints end zone. And then and then the Bucs were able to score like right after. This was different because the defense just immediately scored. But, the Bucs could start pulling away right now. I mean, they got lucky. Rattler had a nice play, but then fumbled the next snap. And then, that last one was on Olave. But, man, let's go. Now you got a rookie quarterback down 14. Todd Bowles, you better have your you-know-what together because you can't blow this now.
Well, and if you think about it, like when the Saints were really good the first 2 weeks of the year, it was despite a not so great offensive line. They were getting a lot of credit, but most of that was coming from the scheming that offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak was able to put together, where it was a ton of running the ball early, working off of play action, slowing down the pass rush. It's going to be difficult for them to keep that kind of a game plan, especially with this rookie quarterback now down 14-0. So this is not only putting Rattler at risk, it's putting that offensive line, which has 2 important injuries on it, behind the 8 ball as well.
So true. Alvin Kamara gets a pretty good run. Vita Vea with the tackle, but that goes for about 7 yards.
And Rattler now rolling out, throwing for, I had trouble seeing who that was, for Means, incomplete. And that's going to set the Saints up with 3rd and 3 there.
Seemed like people were confused about the call overturning or not. Shaggy just said, All-Pro Antoine Winfield Jr. just won me $100 defensive TD. Hell yeah. Scott Reynolds also specifically had Antoine Winfield Jr. to score a touchdown and won $400. So people are happy right now. Rattler throws too high on 3rd and 3. He had an open guy, but you know what? That's why you bring the pressure. That's why you mix up the coverages, right? Because you want to force him to beat you and make those throws, and you didn't make the throw.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say that bodes well for the Bucs this week against Rattler is the biggest hole on the Bucs defense is in the middle of the field, and that is the hardest spot for especially rookie quarterbacks to try and exploit. So for at least 1 week, KJ Britt may get a reprieve because it would take some real stones for Rattler to start just driving the ball in there.
Jeff the Champ says it's him field, by the way. All right, let's go. The Bucs could take and by the way, Jalen McMillan is back returning punts. He was 3rd string for punt return, but I did not know, as he does not call fair catch, gets tackled immediately. But I didn't know with him, given that he's got a hamstring injury, how
that might go.
Much he would be used in that role. But hey, the Bucs are off to a great start. You got to absolutely love it. It's been a lot of fun. Almost as fun as getting like a player autograph. Now, this is a different type of autograph. This is the Autograph app. You're asking yourself, what is Autograph? Well, you already do as a fan. It's reading blogs, listening to the podcast, watching breakdowns, all in one place, earning you rewards for every act of fandom that you do. The Autograph app was co-founded by former Bucs QB Tom Brady on the belief that devotion should be rewarded and the future fandom belongs to the fans. The Autograph app is completely free and available on Androids and iPhones. And it's not just for the NFL. They also have it for teams covering the NBA, WNBA, Major League Baseball, a couple teams still left in the playoffs, fantasy football as well, and the NCAA. You can read Pewter Report news on Autograph, watch Pewter Report videos and podcasts, and get rewarded in one free app. You can sign up using the promo code Pewter. And like I just said, like if you have another team that you're a fan of in a different sport, you can go on Autograph and get all of your news rounded up into one spot there as well. So shout out to our friends at Autograph, and make sure to use the promo code Pewter. That's PEWTER. All right, let's get back to some comments. We are rocking and rolling along here. Yeah, like I said before, thanks to everybody for joining with us today and rocking and rolling. A little bit of a different setup for me. I know some people were wondering. I'm actually in New York right now. I was lucky that I have family in New York that I can get away from the hurricane and go somewhere completely different. And lucky that I was even able to get out in the first place. My apartment back in Tampa still doesn't have power, so it's better that I'm here right now. I wouldn't be able to do the podcast or the show or anything if I was still in Tampa. So that's why it's a little bit of a different mix-up. I got my parents' dog sitting right next to me. So yeah, we're all right, rocking and rolling. And Chris Olave is going to the locker room. Yeah, he got hit in the head pretty hard from Zion McCollum. So I imagine it's probably a concussion.
Yeah, and there's a good chance McCollum's probably going to get a fine after this game.
Yeah, Vita Vea got fined last game too for his sniper celebration. Oh, Sean Tucker's in the game. Another play action. Baker fakes the rollout to Chris Godwin and then finds, which I'm guessing would be his second read, was Sterling Shepard. Again, Josh, a great job by Baker kind of reading the defense, looking through his levels, and seeing that Chris Godwin probably gets tackled for barely any gain and then makes the best of it with Shepard.
Yeah, the game's going. I mean, and I would say that that's indicative of the entire season outside of that Broncos game. It just looks like the Baker is playing the game sped up and everything is slowed down for him. That he's able to get through his progressions even quicker, make better decisions. It's just easy right now for him.
Oh, Baker over the middle. Okay, they're throwing a flag. It looks like it's going to be pass interference or holding, and Mike Evans is even smirking at the moment. Because the way Baker threw that ball, it looked like as if he was just like, oh, there's the guy, la-da-da-da-da, like, oh, he's wide open. Wait, what'd they call the penalty? Because Adebo was clapping. That's got to be on Adebo. Because I was going to say, like, Mike slowed up, and I was like, why is Mike slowing up?
Yeah, it looks like just so he doesn't run over Sterling Shepard.
Yeah. Upon further review. That's all right. That's a first down for the Bucs. Now they go screen to Chris Godwin. Tristan Wirfs out in motion after the pass is thrown, and Godwin gets pushed out of bounds. That'll be a 3-4 yard gain. Oh, there's Rachaad White. Rachaad White, someone I saw in the chat was asking about Rachaad. Yeah, he is injured. He is not going to play today.
Yeah. Can you imagine 3 or 4 years ago with Byron Leftwich as the offensive coordinator that the Bucs are ranked 4th in the NFL in yards after catch?
Nah, unbelievable. The times certainly have changed.
Yeah, it's probably a fantasy football stat, though.
Okay, Sean Tucker gets his first running attempt. He breaks it to the outside, and that's a first down and about an 8 to 9, maybe 10-yard run on his own. Welcome to the game, Sean Tucker. As Kawab says, yo, Tucker.
Yep, flag is down on the play, so we'll see if it stands.
Oh, my aching tentacles. That's a SpongeBob reference. I wasn't sure if
you had the Squidward voice and everything.
Oh,
looks like it may
unnecessary roughness on Granderson. Carl with the penalty.
Saints are playing completely undisciplined to start with. Like the Bucs look absolutely locked in, and the Saints look like they're playing backyard ball.
Yeah, and let's remember that the Saints got to be angry. And there's there's a good angry to have, but then there's also the type of angry that gets you even more disconnected from the game because you just want to say F you and hurt someone. Oh my God. They're going a little razzle-dazzle. Sean Tucker to Bucky, back to Baker. Baker throws back to Sean Tucker. He breaks a tackle, gets inside the 20, and what a play! Holy smokes!
Oh, Liam Cohen's just unloading the clip right now.
Yeah. The Bucs are playing like everybody on the team just won the lotto. The Bucs are playing a Madden game where they're playing like their team is ranked 99, the opponent's is ranked 55, and you're playing on the easiest mode.
And you know what personnel that came out of?
Was that the
That was the pony.
Yes.
That was the pony. He's unloading the pony clip.
Why not just call timeout?
Baker now back to pass, and Cade Otton drops the easy out route.
Cincy Kid says inspired football right now. Lucas Petit says stop throwing to Cade. He's trash. Cade Otton's been fine the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe is why not just take the timeout? Like, you're up 14. You have a good thing going. Why eat the 5 yards when you could just take a timeout? I don't know. That's my one critique at the moment. Second and 15. Bucs in the shotgun. Baker looking. He's going to scramble a little bit. Now he's fully scrambling. He's got room. Godwin tries to get a block. Baker gets about 12 yards. And he gets up and immediately starts talking junk to Tyrann Mathieu.
So a great scramble by Baker there, but what you don't want to see is him start to look to do that early.
Right. Cade Otton with a nice block as well. That really sprung Baker. All right, 3rd and 3. We'll see if the Bucs can get this. Looks like the Saints are bringing pressure. They blitz to Mario Davis. Bucky picks it up. He goes to the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Looking for Mike Evans. Ooh, to the Bucs. And again, that's where the friggin' 5-yard penalty plays a big role. He had Mike too. It was a little underthrown. The one poor throw by Baker. And Taylor wasn't even looking, too. That's unfortunate. Chase McLaughlin in for a chip shot field goal. Kick is up, and it is good for Chase McLaughlin. So, let's play this video. All right, 17-0 now. I have to tweet out about the hate to be critical with the Bucs playing so well. Why not just call a timeout instead of taking 5 yards? Penalty. We're up 14 with momentum after a big play. And move yourself back. You can afford that timeout. 5 yards. We're big. Okay. Diesel Roche says, fantastic start. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, I was going to get back to the story of John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell from
yes.
I don't know, half an hour ago. But let's do Diesel's comments.
Yeah, Diesel says, fantastic start, all things considered. We just can't let up or shoot ourselves in the foot. Yeah, I agree. And that's why the delay of game, it's not a direct shoot yourself in the foot because you still got points. You still made it a 3-possession game. But again, like the ultimate goal is touchdowns. But I agree. I mean, this start has been fantastic. Okay, yeah. Well, the John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell thing. The only thing I can connect it to is the last movie they did absolutely bombed. It was like the Sherlock Holmes thing, and then I think that show Winning Time about the Lakers. Will Ferrell really wanted the job.
That you're nailing it right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and John C. Reilly ended up getting it. And
Yep.
that ended a relationship with Will Ferrell and I think a guy that like he writes with all the time.
Adam, I think it's Adam something, yes. But it also, from what I had read, ended his relationship with Reilly because Reilly knew how much he wanted that role and I guess still accepted the offer.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I really like that show too. I was mad when it got canceled because I think I thought that show was really good.
Yep.
Jake. Oh yeah. By the way, Jake Kamard is back, and he kicks this one into the end zone for a touchback.
And they haven't needed him. They've scored on both their opening, both their initial offensive drives plus the defensive touchdown. So haven't needed him outside the kickoffs, and he's always been solid on the kickoffs. So, but good to see him back because the Trenton Gill experiment was horrendous.
Yeah, you saw it live. Yeah, Josh, I was actually I was saying that this week, or like the post game show and the Monday show. I'll get back to it after this play with the Bucs defense, Spencer Rattler. They handed off with Alvin Kamara, and you know what? Those
Ty Key there too.
Yeah, great job stopping the run, and Chris Braswell's in the game. Also, let him keep running the ball. You're up 17. I know it's early, like it's still the first quarter, but you're up 17. Damn, I just lost my train of thought.
That's all right. While you find it, for the math majors out there, the Bucs are currently on pace to win 68-0.
Love that. Maybe they should go for 2 on one of their next scores.
I would die. And on 2nd and 8, I think New Orleans has conceded the game, and we've still got 48 minutes left to play. 2nd and 8, they run Kamara. What are you doing?
They're running the SCLSU offense in the second half against. SCLSU was Bobby Boucher's team, the Mud Dogs. The team they played in the Bourbon Bowl, their second half offense of just taking a knee on the whole game and forcing the Mud Dogs offense to do something, which makes sense. This game is in Louisiana. All right, 3rd and 7. Bucs bring some pressure. Rattler has time. Ooh. Nice catch.
Yeah, an uncharacteristic play by Zion there to not be more aggressive at the catch point. He kind of just,
he's right there too.
Yeah, don't take your eyes off the ball, Zion. Play the ball.
Both feet in bounds. Again, I don't hate the coverage. I don't hate the pressure. Eventually, Rattler's going to make a throw, and eventually that was the Saints' first down. All right, little play action here. They got Rattler rolling. Oh my God, I thought the receiver was going to get lit up there. So it seems like a little bit that Rattler briefly has found success when they've gotten him out on the run a little bit.
Yeah. And he spoke about that leading into this game earlier in the week, that the game plan was kind of tailor-made to him, as Jamel Dean looks like he's down.
Yeah.
So just Rattler said that they had created a game plan that was very specific to his skill set. He's much more mobile than Derek Carr is. And so these play action boots, which is a staple of early Kyle Shanahan offenses, not really his offense these days, but I'm sure Kubiak's extremely familiar with those. It makes sense that is kind of how he's trying to deploy Rattler.
Yeah, and it's seen a little bit of success so far. With Dean injured, what does that mean Tyreek Funderburk in the game now. I'm actually kind of like excited about it.
I'm thinking
not
Josh Hayes.
Could be Josh Hayes too. I just like when rookies and new players kind of get an opportunity to showcase their ability. This is different than like a veteran backup coming in. Same for Josh Hayes too. You know, he's only in his second year. What did I need? That's what I need. Cool. Now we got a super chat to get to. Bucs Basement with the $2 super chat says Bucs should contact Patriots for Hunter Henry.
Yeah, I don't think. All right, so the Patriots won't do that because they're starting Drake May this week, and as big of a train wreck as that organization is, they're not going to take away one of his only resources for the rookie quarterback. So I don't see that happening. They've got to give May at least something to not ruin him before he ever gets a chance to succeed.
Yeah, I'm with that. All right. I see Will Golston in there on the D line with Vita.
Logan Hall.
And Tyreek Funderburk's in.
Okay, so they have decided to go with him instead of Josh Hayes.
Yeah. Ooh, not looking good for Jamel Dean. And the Saints take advantage of having the undrafted rookie free agent Tyreek Funderburk in by running it. And Levante David getting into some chippiness with the fullback. All right, 3rd and 3. We'll see if the Bucs can get off the field. They did get off on 3rd and 3 the last drive. Rattler gets the snap, looking to his left, has time, gonna roll out, gonna scramble.
Oh, JTS.
Midfield. And he's over midfield for a first down. Bucs had a chance to stop him, but unfortunately could not. Let's see who they brought here. Yeah, Levante was on the edge. He ends up dropping back in coverage, though. Yeah, it was just a straight.
Yeah, they did a great job of doubling the underneath route, which is probably where Rattler was looking to pick up the conversion. And then JTS rightly understands that Whitehead's got that tight end, and I just need to go get Rattler and just miss the tackle.
Dude, KJ, I could be wrong, but KJ Britt looked completely turned around on that throw to Juwan Johnson. Like, Johnson was in the middle, Britt's looking the other way. I'm not saying it's completely on him.
I'll say it.
All right, Saints got something moving here. Bucs may entertain getting to the end of the quarter as they run it with Kamara. Oh, and a German suplex by Elijah Cansey. I haven't seen that move that well since Kurt Angle. Actually, Brock Lesnar. Was that not Kamara in on that play?
I missed it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think it was. So let me know in the chat. Was that Kamara or Williams?
While they're doing that, Matt, can you help me remember a wrestler? Yes. He used to be one of my favorites, even though I wasn't like big into wrestling. But when I watched it, he had like a nickname like the Animal or something. Like he had long hair. He looked like he was 50 when everybody else was 25.
Well, there's Hawk and Animal. They were a tag team. They were the Legion of Doom.
No.
His son actually was John, or his son played football at Ohio State. Animal. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not totally sure.
This is going to drive me crazy. All right, I'll have to come back to it another time. Or else I'll just get sucked down it, and as your co-host, I'll just be sitting here looking through pages and pages.
No, that's fine. That's what we're here for. That first quarter was pretty fun. Not gonna lie. I know the Saints are driving right now, but you can't be mad about a 17-0 lead. That was pretty much just as much fun as we're going to have on the Tampa Bay Bucs cruise, which is coming up in March.
We're on the Bucs cruise. Of course, we're playing pool volleyball.
Hey, we on the Bucs cruise, of course. Anytime I say Tampa, they will say Bay. Tampa! Hey! Tampa! Hey! Tampa! Hey!
We're on the Bucs cruise. Of course, I've got my Super Bowl 37 hardware. What do you think?
We're on the Bucs cruise, and of course we had a pirate night. Arr!
Arr.
That's right. Join us for the Bucs Cruise, March 7th through the 10th. You can reserve your cabin now on TampaBayBucsCruise.com or call them at 1-800-975-7112. That's Tampa Bay Bucs Cruise or 1-800-975-7112. Yaya Diaby's going. Jordan Whitehead's going. They've had Rashad White, Luke Gedeke in the past, Christian Izzian as well. Warren Sapp, Gene Deckerhoff, Derek Brooks will be there this year. So tons of great opportunities, a lot of fun events. Mike Allstott will be there as well. We'll shout out to Tampa Bay Bucs Cruise.
Figured out the wrestler.
Yeah.
Mick Foley.
Oh, dude, I love Mick Foley. He's a hardcore legend. He's also from Long Island. He was the one that was thrown off the Hell in a Cell by The Undertaker. That was in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's the man. I love his matches because he's not your conventional wrestler. Like, he's not that tall. He's not jacked. He just has all these insane matches where he, like, gets hit with barbed wire and goes through flaming tables and all this stuff. He's the best.
I'm glad that I picked a good one.
He also had three different characters. He was Mankind. That was when he had the mask, the tie, and
so
and the sock.
Mankind was the name that I was trying to think of. For some reason, I thought it had like an animal type thing, but I think it's just the way he wrestled and the way his hair was.
Yeah, for sure. He used to like his early character of Mankind, which was like a little more deranged than the character he became. He would like squeal like a pig when he was like choking a other wrestler or whatever.
And
he also had two other characters. He had a guy, Dude Love, who was just like this hippie dude, and then Cactus Jack, bang bang, which was a little more like crazy, like oh my god, barbed wire, like all that stuff. But yeah, thank you for bringing up Mick Foley. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's the hardcore legend.
Jamel Dean is officially out of the game with a hamstring injury.
And since he says Mick Foley was crazy in a good way. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough for the Bucs. The injury bug continues, as Brian Sheffer says, Cactus Jack. Yeah. So Tyreek Thunderberg the rest of the way, huh?
Interesting that the Bucs went with him over Josh Hayes. It's not that I don't like it. And hey, I'm wearing an App State hat, so there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So I picked a good day to wear the hat. But I actually like Thunderberg over Hayes as an outside corner.
With Jamel Dean. This freaking injury bug, man. Bucs can't get away from it. I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but I like this comment from Bro saying they will attack Thunderbird.
Every time I go to say Thunderbird, I have to stop myself from naming a very famous AC/DC song.
Yes, dude. I was about to say, if he gets an interception, we got to go, hey, Spencer Radler, you've been thunderstruck.
I love it.
You've been thunderstruck. You know what's funny? I feel like I brought this question up to you maybe before. Yeah, they're about to do the kickoff, so we'll be fine. If you had to introduce, like, this person just came to Earth from like another planet or whatever, had never heard of music before, doesn't know what it is, doesn't know what it sounds like. What's the first song that you're showing to somebody and be like, this is music?
Give me.
It's
I hate immediate reaction. Give me a minute to think through. Like,
yeah, for sure. I'll give mine. Mine was actually going to be Thunderstruck because it's got a dope guitar riff. You know, you got the people chanting. Like, I think you need a song that's gonna pump you up a little bit. Like, you don't want like a sad, slow song. Be like, this is music. You're gonna love it. But you need something that's like a little rah, a little something that like gets the juices flowing. So I think
Queen and Bowie. Queen and Bowie. Sure.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, that's one.
All right, 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay. Oh my God, early penalty again. Too many men.
So, I brought this up in our group chat not too long ago, but the Bucs, one of the keys to their success this year has been they've been one of the least penalized teams in the NFL. And what's that, their 4th penalty now of the game?
Yeah, at least 3. By the way, if you guys want to start putting in what song, oh my God, they did it again. If you guys want to start putting in what song you would introduce to somebody that's never heard music before, please feel free to do so. Cincy Kid went with Final Countdown, and Mark of the
Great
Wives
choice.
E.T. from Katy Perry. Furu Kroab says, here we go, Bucs beating Bucs. Yeah, not a great start. So 1st and 20 for Tampa Bay. See how much they can get back. Baker's going to step up, throws it a little high, incomplete, looking for Mike Evans. I thought he just like insanely overthrew
the underneath there.
Yeah. Jonathan Bott goes with the Aerosmith song, Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Great choice. I'm waiting for somebody to drop in there like Beethoven's Fifth.
Yeah, that or like the 10 Crack Commandments by Biggie.
Mashup.
Yeah. All right, 2nd and 20. Shaggy says the Dying song, Slipknot.
There you go.
I know that one. Baker to the outside, incomplete. And this drive has been an absolute wash. And Mike Evans doesn't look 100% right now. Third and 20. Screen to Chris Godwin, gets tackled immediately.
Mario Davis.
And that's an ugly 3 and out for the Bucs.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, roughing the passer, or something like that. I bet it's going to be like ineligible man downfield.
That is a likely culprit here.
Yeah, with the screen.
especially with the way the camera is zoomed in on Ben Bredesen.
Yeah, he's like, me? Really?
What'd I do?
Genuine? Your cousin's with Genuine? Yeah, unnecessary roughness. So both teams have gotten an unnecessary roughness penalty.
Sterling Shepard.
On Sterling, the Lord is my shepherd. All right, getting his way into the Bucs Saints rivalry, I see. Oh,
that's unnecessary roughness? That's what we're calling unnecessary roughness?
Come on, that's BS. That's football. Wait, did they? They didn't eject him from the game, did they? I hope not. The way the coach was looking like right next to him or walking next to him. Jake Camarda, wow, that was a close zoom up on Jake Camarda. Good hang time, gets it to around the 50, but Rashid Shaheed is fast and he can fly. And he's going to take this to the house.
Jeez.
Oh, boy. This has been a very different second quarter. Now the Bucs are the ones losing their composure. Rashid Shaheed.
And Chris Olave is officially out. So for the loss of Dean, there's an proportional response on the other side there.
Groupie's extra point is good, and it's a 7-point game. Man. Rux's reviews trying to keep it positive. Says, okay, let's see how we respond. It's a division game. Of course, the Saints wouldn't lie over. Brevard Fox says, they thought they won after 8 minutes? All right, so who's on for most impressive right now, Josh? Gotta be Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah, Ty Keith.
Ty Key. Baker had a good start. Man. Special teams will not be on. I don't know. I still think that settling for that field goal changed a little bit. Because think, like, if they score a touchdown there, it's 21-10 right now. And you feel
better,
much different about that.
Yeah, I've got Baker, I've got Godwin, I've got Ty Key, Cohen, although that may be slipping here depending on this upcoming drive.
Let's see if the Bucs have learned from their mistakes from a game ago. They run it with Bucky Irving. He dances at the line of scrimmage, but does a great job finding the hole and eventually gets about 6 or 7 yards. Carl Jackson says, when things go wrong, everything snowballs. That's coaching and no leadership. Oh, a flag? Come on. Unsportsmanlike again? What's up with all the unsportsmanlike?
It's Saints Bucs.
I think they called Shepard again. Oh, get the F out of here.
Well, at least we know he wasn't ejected.
Yeah. Was it the finger point?
Probably. The NFL will say it was a gun.
Yeah.
And,
Baker's picked. Oh, my God. From bad to worse. Jesus.
Let's go ahead and take him off of most impressive.
Yeah. Unraveling quickly. And there's another penalty. I guarantee it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
And Mike Evans is going into the locker room.
God dang. What the heck is going on? Baker was looking for Mike. Mike sprints after him. It must have felt something as he was sprinting. Boy, oh boy. Whew. That's the third wait, no, that was on the Saints. No, that was on the Bucs. What the heck? The one game where I really need volume on the TV is this one. I don't really know what Baker saw on that play.
Yeah, I mean, just he threw that right into the coverage.
All right, Saints are going to have a chance to tie the game, like literally right now.
Now, the Bucs defense has done a... Yep.
Rattler's going to run. He scrambles. Sorry, Josh, go ahead.
I was going to say the Bucs defense, despite the score, they've actually done a pretty good job of keeping Rattler and the Saints offense from doing a whole lot so far. They're going to have to continue that and keep this to a field goal.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, the defense has only allowed, 3 points? Yeah. And they scored a touchdown.
So net, they're up 4.
Yes. Ooh, Levante David just making the tackle.
Shoestring.
Yeah, if he got through that may have been a touchdown. Funderburk was there at the end to clean it up. But they had blitzed Antoine Winfield Jr. off the edge. I appreciate the passion from King Cook, but I cannot put your comments on the screen. But I appreciate your passion. I will let you know that, King Cook.
Huge third down here.
Kamara gets the ball.
And they do the job.
Fouled up at the line of scrimmage. Yeah. Diaby.
And a flag.
I hate these refs. I hate these refs unless it's against the Saints.
Nope, it's not going to go against the Saints.
Oh, they better not call Yaya for that little shoulder thing.
It's not Yaya. They're calling Kalijah Kancey for holding.
How in the frick do you get a holding penalty on a run play on defense? I'm over these refs. Oh, we're going to be right back to square one. It's an end around to Rashid Shaheed. He's fast. He already has a touchdown. Jordan Whitehead makes the tackle. Comedy. Tom says, I hate Greg Olson. I think he's a great announcer, but curious. Maybe he's saying something right now that you're not happy with. Yeah. I mean, he's better right now than Tom Brady as a color commentator.
100.
But also, also it's been doing this for several years now. Tom is, will be 6 games in after he's probably doing Dallas, Detroit. He's got to be sick of the Cowboys. He's done like 4 Cowboys games already.
So I started to type something into the article, and I was like, Bucs penalties, and then I remembered I'm not on most disappointing. I'm on most impressive. It went, I'll go ahead and delete that.
All right, 3rd and 7. Can the Bucs get a stop? It is going to be, Spencer Rattler could scramble, but it's a designed passing play. He's going to move up.
Vita
Vea's got him. Okay, don't get fined, Vita. Don't get fined.
Yeah.
Well done, Vita Vea. 3rd down sack. Now, that's a funny sack celebration.
And this is exactly where you want to put the Saints into. Shotgun, empty, force Rattler to show that he's got something, and let your pass rush do their job. Vita Vea against, looked like the backup center there, and that's a matchup you win.
And I have a groupie on my fantasy team, so I'll settle all day for these field goals. Bucs lead 17. Okay, there we go. First time we get to do it today, we're going to play the sack video. All right, it is now 17-13. By the way, no guest today. I know we typically have a WDAE person, but some people don't have internet or Wi-Fi or power, like my apartment doesn't right now. So we're not going to have a guest for halftime, but we will have T. Kraz around the 4th quarter. I believe he's at the WDAE studios, so they have power and stuff over there. So T. Kraz will join us. We won't have a halftime guest, but that just means we're going to get more. We're going to get to more of the comments and opinions of all of you wonderful Pewter people. So just a heads up for everyone. All right. The Bucs need to recalibrate. Oh, sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to scare you. Watching my parents' dog, so I was talking to the dog. Josh Weiss with a really good point says, undisciplined, pathetic, no self-control. I don't know, pathetic, but undisciplined for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like, 2 of the penalties against Sterling Shepard, I don't see how those flags get thrown. Like, yes, the Bucs have gone from one of the least penalized teams in the league to definitely, earning a few of those. But the Shepard ones were ridiculous. Like, one of them, it was just a crack. Like, you're going to penalize a dude for cracking a guy? Come on.
No, I agree with that. I was thinking more of starting 1st and 20 based off of 2 false starts, illegal formation.
Very fair. Yeah.
Willa Brewer says, my dad doesn't have TV down there to watch, sadly. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I know there's a lot of people still without power and stuff and that can't watch the Bucs right now. So, definitely thinking of everybody in Tampa and in the surrounding area. Hopefully the Bucs can get back on track, pull this off, and bring a little bit of happiness to everyone.
New Orleans with 13 unanswered points right now. Really important for the Bucs to get something going on this drive. And they've got their best punt returner with the ball.
Yep.
Sean Tucker up to the 29.
Shawnee Tux.
It looks like a Saint maybe down.
I just want to see the Bucs, 1, get a first down, but 2, start a drive without a freaking penalty. I'm curious to see the pool report from the referees after when they explain why they gave the personal foul penalty to Sterling Shepard, the second one. Okay, Payne Durham goes in motion, a little play action. Pump fake to Kate on. Baker down the field, looking for Chris Godwin. Godwin, I don't know if he saw it or not, but anyway, incomplete. Mike Evans is on the sideline. Kind of looks like he's going to be on a bit of a pitch count.
Probably third downs, I would guess.
Yeah. We're going to get a window into what an older, if Mike Evans wants to play like late into his career, what an older Mike Evans may look like. Just being a possession receiver, third down, sporadic. Mayfield down the middle.
Wow.
Oh, ricochet. It's intercepted.
But
Payton looking to make the tackle. He does, but that's 2 picks for Baker on the game. And things have gone from bad to worse for the Bucs. Okay, Josh, I think you can officially take Baker off of
that's not on Baker though. Like McMillan has to catch that ball. Come on.
or at least not looking at the replay, you're right, man.
And Jalen McMillan.
He volleyball bumped it into the air.
And for all the hype that Jalen McMillan got in the preseason, he has been downright just not good when he's played so far. And Spencer Rattler throws a touchdown into the corner, and the Saints are now up 19-17.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Turnovers really been the big part of this game, and the punt and special teams on the turnovers have brought the Saints back. I mean, you want to help out a rookie quarterback, give him field position on the 12-yard line. Man, what a roller coaster of a game. And that is Spencer Rattler's first career touchdown throw. Oh, boy.
This has been an all-time collapse.
Meltdown. I would say meltdown. And on top of that, and you were there, think about how they blew the last game on Thursday Night Football, and then to blow this 17-0 lead. I mean, that's rough.
We're going to learn a lot about how this team can bump back.
Yeah. I don't know if the guys are having fun anymore.
Yeah.
Sure, Tom Brady's saying that somewhere.
Prayers up for those who have the under.
That would be me. Yeah. But the defense would do something today.
You know what? Defense really hasn't been they've had some troubles, but those 20 points really aren't on the defense a whole lot.
Yeah. Whew. Man. Brian Sheffer says, no more McMillan, please. Josh Weiss with a $1.99 super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Says, who will be our next coach? Bill Belichick. No, I hope not. Robert Saleh, no. Let's not go that far ahead just yet.
With the right quarterback, and if he were to keep going, I think Robert Saleh would be a fine head coach. I don't have a problem with Bowles and don't think he needs to be fired at this moment in time.
Yeah. With the right quarterback. Someone say you found it. Yeah, I don't even know what to think. This game's just been banana land. Tom says bring back Gruden. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, no thanks. If you bring back Gruden, you lose him on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. Unless he hosts his own show.
Or TikTok or
$1.99 Super Chat says, why not? Why not go that far? Because
they're playing for a potential division lead today, and the game's not over, and they've largely
the game's not done.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every year you want the Bucs to lose 6 of 7, but they've shown like they can get out of a hole. And if they come back and win this game, then yeah, I don't really think it's much of a conversation. Bucs get back to the ground game, and barring like an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, that's a good first run. But there's a flag. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I think Cody, I guess Ben Bredesen. I was trying to read lip. I thought he said 69, but 68 makes sense as well. All right. Oh, my God. 20 unanswered points in 5 minutes? That's wild. Wild. So now you're at 1st and 20. Bucs haven't really shown that they can dig out of a hole of moving back. Oh, sorry. 1st and 18. So now you got to throw him on 1st down. Oh, and Baker avoids the sack. Actually gets it to Chris Godwin, who ends up getting a couple yards back. By the way, we have a
Baker's rattled.
Yeah. Ironic playing Spencer Rattler. Thanks to Tusk3 for this $5 super chat. Also, everyone having a hand in this meltdown. Thank God they got spotted 17 points. Yeah, that's a good point, too. Again, let's throw aside the Shepherd unsportsmanlike. Baker's missed some throws. McMillan, inexcusable for that second interception. The defense didn't get a stop either when they could have used one. Special teams been bad. Baker finds Ryan Miller, who's going to get a 1st down. And look at that. Things have changed once again. Ryan Miller down to the 40, and there's a flag. You have to be kidding me. The Bucs can't run a play without a freaking penalty. What the hell is this call? Oh, there's no penalty.
All right.
They just love throwing penalties.
Welcome to the Bucs versus the refs featuring the Saints.
Yeah.
Just nobody around Ryan Miller. Dennis Allen was beside himself.
Yeah, the refs were like, there's no way he could get that open.
And it does look like Jalen McMillan has been benched.
Ooh, Bucky Irving tackled in the backfield.
Like Robert Hainsey let Shepard blow right by him.
2nd and 12. Bucs trying to get into field goal range. 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Or the Saints do get the ball. Baker dumps it off to Bucky Irving. He's got some room. Makes the guy miss while Cade Otton was blocking him as well. Set up a about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, something like that. Ace Andrews wants to know the status of Mike Evans. So Mike's standing on the sideline. It doesn't look like they're using him that much. Oh, my God. They were going to penalize Sterling Shepard again. So 3rd and 6. Can the Bucs keep their drive going? Five seconds on the play clock. They get the snap. Baker scrambling. Throws it to Sean Tucker, who makes the catch. He's got a field of green in front of him. Tackle to the end zone. Touchdown, Sean Tucker. Q's 44. Where are you at? Sean Tucker with the catch and run, and the Bucs regain the lead. Oh. And no flags on the field. A wide open Sean Tucker. And he did the rest.
Well, he's going on the list.
Yeah. Tucker, says Cincy Kid. Oh, man. Buck and Tuck. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, Sean Tucker
is beast from the East.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say, Sean Tucker is the fastest running back in the room. He is the most explosive running back in the room. And the thing that's been holding him back is they just don't trust him in pass protection. But if he can learn how to just be an adequate blocker, he would give both Bucky and Rashad a run for their money in terms of snap share.
Yeah, and if he keeps making plays like that, he's going to earn some more opportunities.
Yep.
Wow, the Packers are beating the Cardinals 24-0.
So, I don't think Scott would. We know somebody who is cashed today, and Antoine Winfield Jr. and Deshaun Tucker anytime touchdowns in the same game.
Yeah, that's wild. Cali Buck says Matty Diamond said under. Yeah, I did. I did take the under, and it's going to hit before halftime. Actually, it already did.
What was the line on that?
41.5.
Oh, wow.
And I hit by halftime. But in fairness, I had Chris Godwin touchdown that hit. I had Evans receiving yards. He might not get it now with him getting hurt. He's at 34. Yeah, he needs like 20 more. And Chris Godwin touchdown. And McLaughlin 1.5 field goals. He's already at 1. So not going to go undefeated, but still a chance for a lot of wins. All right, 5:05 to go. Can the Saints respond? Rather scrambles, got hit and then tried to throw before he got taken to the ground. I think that was Tyke Smith again involved.
Yeah, and this will be interesting because this is the first time in a long time the Bucs defense gets to play on the Saints side of the 50.
That's true. All right, a quick stop would be great for the Bucs. Got to keep that momentum. Oh, Yaya was close. Kind of got held a little bit. Vita Vea in pursuit. Rattler throws down the field. Oh, man, it's caught. Means having himself a game. Saints are going no huddle. I guess they don't necessarily trust that that was caught. He looked in. Oh, Kamara almost slipped through for a huge gain, but it ends up being about 3 or 4 yards. Second and 7, 4 minutes to go. Yeah, I thought that was a hold on Yaya Diaby. Or the lineman held Yaya Diaby. Rather,
Wow.
throw into a wide open Foster Moreau.
Oh, the super playmaking weapon, Foster. What are we doing here? That was a 41-yard play, and Yaya Diaby's now.
Oh, my God. Oh, right at the knee. Yeah, some kind of breakdown in coverage. Man. Jeff the Champ says, remember when people were saying a whole bowls versus rookies is overblown? Yikes.
He doesn't seem to have any answers for Rattler just booting.
Rolling out. Yeah. Alvin
Which
Kamara. Yeah, continue.
I was just going to say, which is amazing because that's how the Saints offense was so successful the first 2 weeks with Derek Carr.
Second and goal for the Saints. And they do get the ball to start the second half. Yeah, it's been a team effort for this collapse, for this breakdown. You have both outside linebackers running to the same side.
And he just
Mara cuts up the middle, walks into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Saints regain the lead in this high scoring game. Man, oh man.
All right. Well, we're about to go get
Baker Mayfield's going to be familiar with this game because this is like an Oklahoma shootout.
There you go. Figure we'll just do the Saints go for their point after, which is up and good. Just around the NFL real quick. Baltimore is beating Washington 17-10. Green Bay is crushing the Cardinals 24-7. Houston is up on New England 14-7. Cleveland and Philly are tied at half 10-10. Indy and Tennessee look like they're going to go into the half tied at the same score 10-10. So the most entertaining game of the early slate, maybe Bucs Saints. That or Washington and Baltimore.
Yeah. Shout out to the Bucs for putting on entertainment. Whew. A multitude of issues for the Bucs again. Jesus, 27 points alone in the second quarter. Tusk3 with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, if JTS had even half the marbles of a Hutchinson, then what? I don't know. It's not a complete sentence. But if you're saying if he had half the marbles of Aiden Hutchinson, I mean, Aiden Hutchinson's an absolute monster of an edge rusher who has a motor and is relentless. I don't know.
Yeah,
JTS is trying his best. He's just, Hutchinson's one of a kind.
Yeah, I mean, Diaby's not Hutchinson. I'm not sure where that comment. I mean, JTS has proven at this point he's a rotational edge rusher. Like, that's just who he is. And I've been the biggest JTS defender, I think, out there. That's just who he is. Like, and he does a few things decently.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, he'll get another contract. Baker looks completely rattled.
Yeah, it looked like they did a play act. They faked like the draw play, and I don't think his first read was over. I think the Bucs said Super Bowls to go, same BS with rookie quarterbacks. I will say it's annoying that they're kind of getting. This game's been very different. You had punt return, you had good field position, but like that last drive is kind of what makes it go crazy. Same thing we saw against the Falcons. Maybe not even that wide open. Godwin makes a catch on second down. Yeah, the Bucs are depleted at receiver now too. I mean, if McMillan is going to get benched, and as I say that, Mike Evans comes on the field. So, Josh, I think you're right. It looks like Mike Evans is just going to be a third down guy.
Yeah. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they're running plays to him, if he's a part of the front end of the progression, if they go 3-by-1 and allow him to still occupy the other half of the field, which it looks like they are, or if they're just using him as a disguise. Why is there a Saints player literally on? He looks injured.
Yeah, the Bucs take advantage of it, though. I'm surprised the refs didn't stop. Even Mike, pointed it out.
Yeah.
That was odd. That was very odd. Yeah, because Mike points at him.
Yeah.
He's trying to call a timeout.
Yeah, he was calling timeout.
Huh. Taking the Ole Miss play of just doing an injury. No, that one actually looks legit.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say, and we'll see how much Mike gets used, and he probably can't even get into motion or anything. And we'll see how much they put him in motion versus just letting him get off the line of scrimmage. But if they benched McMillan, you're down to a limited third down Mike Evans, a Chris Godwin as your starter. Shepard essentially becomes your 2, and then you got Miller. That's kind of what they're running with right now.
Well, they should just use more of the 21 with Tucker and Bucky out there.
Yeah, that's what I want.
And if the Bucs decide that they want to try and run, which they've been fairly successful running the ball so far, Bucky Irving 5 carries for 25 yards, Sean Tucker with 1 for 11, plus obviously his catch and run for the touchdown. They could go with a little bit more 12 personnel, either using Payne Durham or Ko Keith to try and gain a little bit of an advantage there.
Yeah, for sure. See what Liam Cohen thinks is best.
I'm trying to think because Pete Werner is out, which means they're working on backup linebackers. You go to 12, they'll go to base, and they'll have to take Lante Taylor off the field, which has actually been kind of their best, one of their better pass rushers.
We talked about him all week. We talked about him all week about how good he is and what he can do. Johnny wants to know what the score is. It's 27-24. Saints are leading over the Bucs. James Chouinard says, another rookie quarterback legacy game thanks to Bowles. Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you to Jordan Schneiderman for this $6.99 Canadian super chat. Says, Josh, why Bowles doesn't update his pressure packages to be more modern? Cover 4 behind 5-man rush instead of cover 3, teams feasting on the seams? Question mark.
So Todd Bowles actually runs cover 4 and runs a 5-man blitz more than most teams, to be honest with you, Jordan. Now, you can criticize how that pressure comes in. That may be a little bit stated. And yes, his cover 3 his cover 3 fire zone is fairly static and old, as Sterling Shepard can't haul in the Baker Mayfield pass on 1st and 10, which would have given them a new first down. But he is incorporating that, Jordan. I think you've got a really great point on the cover 3 stuff. It's a very static cover 3 fire zone. It is, circa 2013, 2014 NFL. But he actually does run a lot of 5-man pressures off of cover 4. I'd argue they need to go back to some inverted cover 2 looks inside of that and run a little bit more man coverage than they currently do.
Baker making some calls with 3 seconds to go on the play clock. He's looking, moving over there.
Wow.
The ball is tipped, and it's picked by Cameron Jordan. Oh, man. That trash talking is going to continue. Oh, Cameron Jordan with an interception, a D lineman pick. Saints keep their lead. Bucs are getting into field goal range. Now they'll have pretty good field position with possession of the ball and a chance to take a 2-score lead, and they get the ball at halftime. Jeez. Man. The last person you want to see make a play, just based on hatred. And now Spencer Rattler is going to turn into modern-day Peyton Manning based on... Oh, Kalijah Cansey with the rush. Watch them call pass interference. Oh, my God, they called it.
They threw the
Oh,
flag.
my God. Or are they going to call roughing the passer? I think they called holding. If you want to call it, fine, but they don't throw the flag until the play's done. Cansey's pissed off too. He's saying he's getting held. Minute 15 to go. Whew, this has been rough. First down. Yeah, there haven't really been many penalties on the Saints. There's the one unsportsmanlike conduct penalty early. Yeah, Angelina S. with a good comment says, to be a fly on the wall in the locker room at halftime. I know Todd Bowles isn't that emotional, but I've lived in that. Yeah, I mean, this type of game, you need to scream or do something. Because this team just allowed 27 points in a quarter. They blew a 17-0 lead. They've turned the ball over 3 times. They allowed a special teams touchdown. And a ton of penalties, whether some of them are warranted or not, a ton of penalties. This is a game where you need to light a fire into all of them. Johnny says BA would go nuts at halftime. That is true. JTS in pursuit.
You gonna see yellow laundry? I was expecting.
I'm waiting. Yeah, refs are the. Who aspires to be like a pro referee? Unless it's the UFC or WWE. Yeah, but look at Bowles with that scowl, intimidating the referees and his players. Third and 10. Looks like Saints call timeout. Because they didn't want to get a delay of game penalty. That's why.
Matt, have you seen a crazier game since covering this team?
To be honest with you, Josh, the Bucs Bills when Rashad Perryman had the overtime touchdown, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, I can understand that one.
2019 Bucs Rams in LA, that game was bonkers as well.
What about
had a touchdown? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2019 Falcons in Atlanta.
I was also at that game. That was pretty crazy too. That game was more fun because the Bucs were like winning and fun stuff happened. 3rd and 10, Bucs send a blitz. Antoine Winfield Jr. gets to the quarterback.
Oh, Zion!
It's off the hands of Zion McCollum. He uses his hands too much to get a holding penalty earlier in the drive, yet cannot come up with the interception. A blitzing Antoine Winfield Jr. They also blitzed Levante David on the play. Man. Good hit by Winfield. Ah, man. Bucs do get the stop. Now that their offense has been a amazing group.
All right, 46 seconds and 3 timeouts, but your quarterback's thrown 3 picks. Matt, you're the head coach. You trying to score some points here, or are you trying to limp into halftime?
Well, why the F are you holding on to those timeouts if you're not? Yeah, I mean, you know your quarterback. You know how Baker is. Baker wants to be aggressive in this situation, so I say let it rip. Some people disagree. Daniel King says take a knee. I would say be aggressive. Like his last interception was a tip pass at the line of scrimmage. That's more of a freak play than anything else. Bucky Irving rushing for 9 yards will help. Call timeout. You have 3 of them. Now, let's just not use any of them. Sure. Why not? 30 seconds.
30.
They're taking their sweet-ass time. It's not like they get the ball to start the second half.
That play took 22 seconds.
Play. Timeout. Timeout. Cowards. Okay, never mind. They called a timeout.
What are you doing?
The Bucs have the worst.
22 seconds to get 9 yards.
I'm tweeting this out. The Bucs have the worst clock management in the league.
They used half the time they had to get 9 yards on a run.
I don't know what the announcers are saying, but I hope they're laughing at the Bucs. 19 seconds. Watch, I bet the Bucs get to the 4. That's a free play. Free play. Go deep. I was going to say, I bet the Bucs get to like the 45 on this play. And then like, oh, there's not enough time to do anything else. You had a free play. And at least they took a shot. I mean, it's not going to work every time. And Tristan Wirfs, well, he did slow down, which helped, but Tristan Wirfs still gets the block. Oh, Bucs got an extra second. There you go. First and 5 for the Bucs. 12 seconds. Baker over the middle. Nearly picked again. All right. Now just take the knee. I mean, at this point, every ball he's throwing is getting intercepted. I mean, he looks like how I look playing the college football video game. Like, I had the worst time playing as Colorado because I was just like, I have to get Travis Hunter the ball. And threw like 8 picks in the game.
Oh, man.
This has got to be a run play, right? No?
Nope.
And he gets out of bounds 6 seconds. For
They
what? A Hail Mary?
They literally don't have enough time to use both their timeouts.
That's incredible. That's impressive. I mean, truly. The worst clock management in the NFL. Like, what are they going to accomplish here? They're not even close enough for a Hail Mary.
Oh,
Yeah, Jeff the Champ says if only they call the timeout on that Bucky run.
Right?
Give it a mic.
What are you doing? I mean, you're helping my fantasy team here with Chris.
What are you doing?
You can literally lose points. There's a fumble.
Yo, it's not the end of the game. It's not the end of the game. We saw the New England Patriots lose a game that way when it was tied against the Raiders. Chandler Jones scored. That was such a dangerous play.
Oh my God.
That was one of the most incredible / idiotic things I have seen watching football. Oh my God. All right, so we are now at halftime. Josh, you're writing most impressive today, so we're going to give you a little break so you can go take care of that. I mean, first quarter, you were going to have 1,000 people on most impressive. Now, you may not even have 2.
It's hard to find one. I mean, Chris Godwin, I'm about to boot him off of it for that bonehead decision.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
Yep. We'll talk to Josh in the second half. So thanks to Josh for joining. But man, oh man. Josh Weiss says I've taken 2 Xanax. Oh, that's funny. Please be responsible. Man, I don't know what on earth that was. Actually, I got to tweet that out. Man. I don't truly know if I can compartmentalize what we just saw in that second quarter, but also what has happened on that last drive. I mean, seriously. Brian, and we'll get to a lot of comments here, so if you want to flood them in, I'll get to pretty much every single one. Brian Molinaro says, I am officially on the Fire Bowls bandwagon. He has his full defense and can't stop anything. I understand the frustration. The only thing I would counter with is a lot of the situations they were in, the Saints had the ball at the 20-yard line and only had to go 20 to score. Now, there were a couple of full-length drives that I think you should be angry about. But, I don't know. Let's see how they respond in the second half. Reynaldo Fontanez says, my head went too slow. I don't understand that. Sorry. Redfish, a Pewter Report YouTube channel member, says, give the whole team a Celsius. They freaking need it. Let me tell you what. Michael says, 2 of those picks aren't on Baker. The first pick was bad, though. Yeah, I agree. But also, the last drive, like those 2 throws were almost intercepted. So, on the one hand, yes, I agree. They're not all his fault. At the same time, he's thrown a lot of interceptable balls today. So, I hear you on that one. By the way, since we are at halftime, a fun thing I like to do is, and a fun thing you can do when it comes to gambling is bet second half stuff. Like you can bet the over on just the second half. You can bet the spread in the second half. I'm sure the Bucs might be underdogs. I'm not totally sure. Might be the Saints might be the favorite in that sense. But if you want to bet the second half or do some in-game bets and parlays, there's no better place to do it than BetUS. Your favorite sports book, of course, BetUS.com, is back for their 30th year of NFL action. They have the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 125%. You can use the promo code Pewter for that, PEWTER. BetUS offers its members the opportunity to cash in on all of your favorite sports, including the NFL, which we're all watching right now, the UFC, and Major League Baseball. If you're looking for live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props, and parlays, BetUS has got them. How about fast payouts and exceptional one-on-one customer service? BetUS has got that too. So log in to BetUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's BetUS.com. The number is 800-79-BETUS. So sign up with that promo code Pewter, PEWTER, and BetUS, where the game begins. Okay, let's get back to those comments. We do have a super chat, though, so super chats get to cut the line. We appreciate Geist85. Thank you so much for this $5 super chat. Who says, all right, you're feeling it. You say you can't call yourself a head coach and continue to get torched by rookie quarterbacks year in and year out. Pathetic. Once again, I think we have to look at the field position. There was also a special teams touchdown. So, that kind of accounted for 14 points. But nonetheless, Radler has looked pretty comfortable. He's looking pretty good, especially after that first drive, which was it wasn't Radler's fault. I mean, that was a fumble by Chris Olave. It turns out to be a scoop and score for Tampa Bay. It can't continue this way. I've given Bowles the benefit of the doubt of being able to bounce back and come up with new ideas for the defense and make different plays, but can't have it for much longer. Michael says 2 of those picks aren't on Baker. First one was bad, though. I might have already gotten to that one. My apologies. But that is true. The other interceptable balls, yeah, it's coming back to me now. Carl Jackson, no leadership as head coach. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, my button is not working. That's not good. Okay, now it is. Just going a little slower. Whew. Brandon Stevens says, knowing Saints get the ball back, we go into halftime with 2 timeouts and Saints get ball after half. I need an explanation on what the F goes through his head. I know he's a defensive coach, but call a timeout. Especially in that situation, like you're not really expecting your defense to go back onto the field. So, yeah, I agree with that tenfold. Tom says, I'm done with Bowles too. Angle, Bowles better get fired after this game. Woodworking Mastery says, Baker forgot who he throws to. Tuss the third. 3 says, complete embarrassment. You go from dominating to being outclassed and embarrassed. Creo Southpaw says, Bowles is so stupid for not using his timeouts. I'm so sick of seeing the same dumb crap over and over again. Shaking my head. DJ34, how are we down 3? Wow. Well, they went up 17-0, and that was kind of the biggest thing for Tampa Bay. Angelina S says, I mean, it's not hard to pick out black jerseys. Jeez. Yeah, Baker made some questionable throws on that last drive, particularly. Bucs guy says this damn game. Miguel R. Bucs need a punter, a threatening tight end, cornerback, just so much. They can put inside linebacker in there as well. Well, they have it with Servassier Dennis. However, he's not coming back anytime soon. Kenny P. 1021 says, such a poorly coached team and clock management. Bowles is criminal once again. Now I'm just thinking criminal by Eminem. So shout out to that one. A couple more super chats to get to. First of all, Shaggy is now a member for 2 months, a Pewter Report YouTube channel member. So thanks for that, Shaggy. And they follow that up with, just because we're in New Orleans, don't mean we got to play like it's 1977. Redfish, thank you for this super chat of $1.99. Says, we've given up 46 points in 4 quarters, 63 in 6 quarters. That is vomit-inducing. That is a big-time yikes. And Bucs Basement, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, Bowles, horrendous game management. What's new? I cannot agree more. I could not agree more. Awful, 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 awful. I can't even say it. That's how bad it's been. Awful clock management. Let's see where I left off. Brad Perkins, where is the pass rush? Yeah, Vita Vea had a sack, but outside of that, Spencer Rattler's been comfortable. He got hit on that last throw that Zion almost intercepted by Antoine Winfield Jr. The blitzes haven't totally worked. The pass rush isn't. They're getting pressure, but they're not getting home. So, and Rattler's been able to roll out, and a lot of it's by design. And Bowles just hasn't come up with an answer. Furu Krawab says, Bucs versus Saints, Bucs and refs. Yeah, Bucs are doing it to themselves. The refs haven't been great. And, credit to the Saints for coming back as well, down 17-0. Sui says, I thought the stress ended with Jameis. That is funny. Shaggy says, too early for a major alcohol consumption. Please drink responsibly. That's all I'll say on that one. Toss the Third says, hello, DoorDash. More bourbon, please. Geist 85. Glassineers and can't stop rookie quarterbacks. Bowles got to go. Brian Sheffer says, a lot of points were kind of fluky, but the time management has been a problem for years. Yeah, I mean, you have bad punt coverage, and it's a touchdown. And then the interceptions have put the Saints in great field position. Is that fluky, or is it just a bad job by the Bucs? I think it's open to interpretation a little bit. A lot more fire bowl stuff. Cincy Kid says, I'm on the bandwagon to fire the damn refs. I like that from Cincy Kid. Nicola Legistina says, refs need a Celsius. Yeah, I would agree with that too. Bucs guy says, but he should have had another pick. Yes. Johnny says, we need to regroup. We can't lose this game with the upcoming schedule. Mark of the Wise. Here come no halftime adjustments. Yikes. Brian Gomez with TGHT says, I don't know what's going on right now. What am I watching? Hope they make the right adjustments. It's very confusing. It's head scratching as well. I'm going to write some notes down as well. Easy game. Okay. Word. Game On says, why Baker needs to throw so much when we are cooking running the ball. Yeah, that's just what I would like to see. The Bucs have been successful when running. They've had a couple of runs where there's been a holding penalty and they've kind of been forced to throw, but they've been good on the ground. And then really just getting the balls to the running backs because Sean Tucker had that receiving touchdown. Adam P. Parks says, Matty Diamonds, we have to admit that Bowles has problems with rookie quarterbacks. This is getting ridiculous. Yeah, if they lose this game, I think it's kind of fair. Jeff the Champ, we've seen this time and time again that our coaching staff has no idea how to make second half adjustments. Plus, we're playing the refs again, too. We're cooked. A couple more super chats, or one more super chat. Cali Bucs, $1.99. Thank you so much. Says, passes are coming out low. Hit them in the chest. Yeah, I noticed that on the Mike Evans. So when the Bucs went up 17-0 when they kicked that field goal, Baker had Mike open. He was a step or two ahead of Alante Taylor. Taylor wasn't even looking at the quarterback. He was just looking at Mike. So if he's able to throw that higher, Mike's just going to go up and get it and should score. But it was underneath. So Mike almost had to stop and go back into Alante Taylor. But yeah, it's kind of a poorly thrown ball in that sense. So appreciate the super chat. I agree. The throws, Baker started out fantastic, but then just, I don't know, hasn't been able to kind of get it back in gear. Shaggy says Jason should bring in a coach whose only job is clock management. Todd has proven he can't. Honestly, I agree. I'll volunteer to do it as well. Furu Kawab says, here we go. Blindfold me and give me a cigarette. I love that. By the way, next week the Bucs play on Monday Night Football, so we're still going to have the Pewter pregame, but it's going to be on Monday at 9 o'clock a.m., followed by the Pewter Game Day show at 8:15 that night, which will be myself and Josh Capo. And speaking of Josh Capo, he is returning now for the start of the second half. Josh, hope you had a good break, and man, I don't know. Let's see how the Bucs can respond. I think you're muted.
Yeah, hopefully they were able to get into the locker room and just calm down. There's a lot of what seemed to be going on in the first half was that just the situation was getting out of hand, and then they were panicking.
Yes, and you pointed that out with the choppiness of Baker, and maybe that's led to kind of some of the throws as well. We'll see what the Bucs do. I mean, the Saints are already out to the 40, so not a great start to the second half.
Good play by Logan Hall there.
Low with the play. M says, this is so out of hand. What's annoying is that it just kind of feels like Groundhog's Day. Like, once again, it's the same exact issues, at least defensively. Radler, just a second too late.
Good play.
Nice pass breakup. Yes. Staying with Rashid Shaheed. I got to admit, I was a little nervous. I was just expecting the flag. But nope. Yeah, well done by Zion. Staying stride for stride. Not that much contact. And gets the PBU. Third and 9. Radler over the middle. Oof. Caught by Juwan Johnson. So right after Zion makes a nice play, can't get the stop there on third down. It's like clockwork with the Bucs defense. Poor throw by Radler makes it a 2nd and 10.
Want to hear something interesting?
Yes, please.
So Pro Football Focus, they do live grading now It's subject to change after they go back and double check things. But looks like Baker Mayfield was only pressured like on 6 of his 30 dropbacks. So
Yeah.
I mean, the line was holding up. Matt, I have to drop off real quick. I will be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries, my man. Be a 3rd and 6 coming up. Josh will join us momentarily. Radler in the shotgun. Kamara goes out wide to the right. Another running back in there. Bucs send the blitz. Bucs can't get there. The ball's loose. It's not loose. It's recovered. Ty McCollum picks it up. Oh, my goodness. It's a fumble. That's either going to be incomplete or Bucs ball. Tyke Smith with another forced fumble. Is it out? Is it out? It's out. There's no question about it. No question about it. But there's a penalty. Come on. You got to be kidding me. What the hell? Is it after the play? What's going on here? Make a decision. After the play. Okay. Bucs get a little break there. Smith making moves. All right, Bucs get an important turnover that they needed to see. Looks like Josh is good to go. Josh, your guy making plays once again. Tyke Smith with the forced fumble.
Of course I missed it. Of course I missed it. That makes sense.
Bucs got the ball. Bucs got the ball. And in a shocking twist of fate, shout out the Hardy Boys, there was a 15-yard penalty after the play that went in favor of the Buccaneers. It was a
no way.
Unbelievable, right? And we got a $2 super chat. Thank you to David Tanguma for this $2 super chat. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Says, if we lose this game, Todd needs to go. I mean, we've already seen one coach fired this year. I don't think that'll happen.
No.
If they lose this game. But it definitely puts him closer to getting on the hot seat. If that makes sense. Like, not on the hot seat, but closer to the consideration of it. Oh, did they rule that an incompletion?
I see 4th and 21.
Yeah, they must have ruled it an incompletion. Or else the Bucs would have had the ball.
Let me go ahead and just delete that.
Sorry for wasting your time.
No worries.
That's kind of weird though, because I think, and I could be wrong. Someone can correct me in the chat, because again, we're not watching with volume. So the penalty came after the fumble recovery, but then there wasn't a fumble, but the penalty still counts. So, Josh Weiss, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, "Can Josh walk away about 9 more times?" That's hilarious. I love that. And then David Tanguma. So I think I pronounced it correctly. Thanks for the $2 super chat, telling me how to pronounce his name. Tanguma. And follows that up with love the content. Thank you so much. We love that you are enjoying it. We appreciate your support and everybody's support and fandom for watching the show. We have over 1,200 people watching alone just on Twitter. So Yeah, appreciate that. All right, Bucs get their first drive of the second half. They go play action. The pressure was there right away. Chris Godwin with a nasty stiff arm. Oh, and he is fired up. What a stiff arm by Chris Godwin. Cam Jordan was right there. Yeah, that play was going nowhere, but Chris Godwin had other ideas. That was on a Dabo, too. Wow. Mike Evans is in the game, and it's not a third down. So, yeah, we'll see how much of an impact he can have. Sterling Shepard goes into motion. They run it with Bucky Irving, who gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Alante Taylor makes the play. So it'll be 3rd and 4. Let's see. Yeah, Taylor just came flying in. Great play. All right, 3rd and 4 for Tampa Bay. Baker in the shotgun, looking deep down the field for Evans. Just slightly overthrown. That's going to be a 3 and out. And again, I don't think Mike is at his top speed at the moment. It looks like something's bothering him that's slowing him down just a little bit. Yeah, that's a shame. Grabbed his arm at the end too, but yeah, Bucs aren't getting any calls. So Jake Camarda's got to punt it. Shaheed's going to recover it. Better job by the Bucs. Tavier Thomas with the tackle for essentially no gain. Cali Buck says, I'm done with Camarda.
That was a good punt.
Yeah, I don't really have any issues with that. Lucas Patisse follows that up with when are they going to cut Camarda?
Yeah. You know what? That actually only went 41 yards. Maybe I should pay attention more.
I think punting has changed so much, though, because now it's like, what? He didn't kick it 60? Like, what's this guy's problem? Yeah, Cali Buck says 40 yards is a good punt. What?
You know what? You're right. I'll own that, though. I screwed up. Roast me, Cali.
Cali Bucks is very passionate right now. I am getting stuffed up as well. Yeah, Josh S. says, yeah, pulled his arm, talking about the throw to Mike Evans. Yeah, I kind of felt that way, too. Whew, man. I mean, the second half already, Saints are able to move the ball a little bit. Bucs can't do anything offensively. And remember, the Bucs slowed down in the second half last week.
They can't afford
so they
to.
cannot afford. Yeah, they can't afford to do that this time around. Bucs defense has gotten me 8.5 points. It's all from the fumble, essentially. Actually, no, that's not true. 1 sack, 1 3 and out, 2 tackles for loss. Rattler going back to pass.
That's a sack.
Oh!
Braswell and Britt.
Chris Braswell and KJ Britt.
I'm kind of rooting for the one you started to call out. That would be hilarious to watch Spencer Rattler sacked by Chris Olave.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Yeah, let's get to the sack video. Second and 19 for the Bucs. I just sneezed during that video too. Rattler has time. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. They got another sack. Elijah Canty. You can't see me. You can't see me. All right, let's play it again. A third down run. All right, Bucs are going to get 3 and out. Well done. See if the Bucs can get any type of return here.
Nope.
Tough field position again.
And Matt, I just want to let you know my feed is cutting in and out. So.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. You'll be fine. Oh, where's the video I wanted? Try John Cena. You can't see me. All right, we'll go with this one. Oh, no, I forgot to do the Bucs hashtag. Yes. Yeah. Damn it. Okay, do that, copy and paste. Bing, boom. That again. John Cena, you can't see me. No, hashtag. Okay. Okay. Back on track. Sorry, I had to tweet out the tweet. You can't see me. Lucas Petit says, I think McMillan is just a slot receiver. Rux Review says, time to run Tucker and Bucky. The run game, at least from the seeing eye, has overall looked pretty good.
Yeah, the interesting thing there, though, is that it has been a function of their pass-first strategy.
Yes.
So
no, you're spot on.
Basically hit as a change-up that the Saints are trying to defend the pass, and so they're letting up on the run. If the Bucs decide to go with a more run-first approach, it could still work, but there is a chance that the Saints just bear down on that, and then it becomes ineffective, setting up 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and now you're relying on Baker, who has not been good today.
I think that's a great analogy saying that it's their changeup in the offense right now. With that said, Sean Tucker with a run on first down gets exactly 6 yards. Pam Oliver is reporting something as well, and they're showing Todd Bowles, so I don't know what she's saying, but if anyone wants to let us know, that would be cool. Excuse me. Chad wants to know where Trey Palmer is. Trey Palmer has a concussion. He's out. It's the Bucs go play action. Baker throws it back to Sean Tucker. Gets the first down. He paused for a second, and I was like, oh, like, just go, go, go. But he did. First and 10 for Tampa Bay. 7:30 to go in the third quarter. They run it with Sean Tucker up the middle. Oh, I thought he was going to be able to completely break out. Thrown by Colin Saunders, the whirling dervish. Still got like 3 yards.
Okay, looks like I'm back up.
Cool. Yeah, you seem fine the last couple of days.
Oh, no, I meant like the stream. Like I couldn't see the game. Sorry.
Oh, damn. Well, you played it off well.
Thanks. I think I was just sitting there.
I heard you typing. Baker off and running, gets the first down. That's got to be a late hit.
No, because that would be a flag against the Saints.
Right, yeah, that would help the Bucs, which
apparently is not allowed today.
Right. Okay, Bucs at the 30. They run it with Shawnee Tux. Oh, he finds the hole.
That's a first down.
Job. That is a first down run, and Sean Tucker just plugging away. Something we'll have to observe. I don't think this is the case, but Chad B-Murph 505 says, is Bucky hurt? I don't think so. I think they're just going with Sean Tucker right now. Yeah, there's Bucky. He's in. Nucky if you Bucky. 8 seconds on the play clock. Bucs got to get this play off. Oh, great move by Bucky. That was going to be a tackle for loss. And he ends up getting about 5 yards. Wow, job well done.
Both Bucs running backs have shown pretty well today. And again, the offensive line's been doing some pretty good things to give them room.
Yeah, I think this game, Sean Tucker has earned himself a couple of more snaps per game and maybe a couple of rushing attempts as well. When Rachaad White is back. That's what I meant. All right, Chris Godwin goes into motion on 2nd and 5. It's a little play action. They go to Chris Godwin. He makes the first defender.
He's still going.
He makes
He's
another
still going.
run.
He's
rumbling. He's stumbling. Touchdown. Praise be to Godwin.
Let's
What
go.
a play. That was all Chris Godwin. A fantastic job. A great catch and run. This dude is a freaking beast. Bucs go ahead again and regain that. Praise be to Godwin. The tutty is good. the extra. Regain the lead. Back and forth contest. Sam MC says Godwin redemption season. And another 30-point game for the Bucs offense. Well, actually, sorry, there was a defensive touchdown. But the Bucs as a team have scored 30 points again. So that's an easy one for most impressive for you there.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably note second touchdown. Yes.
My goodness. Chris Godwin has 11 catches for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns.
My fantasy team thanks him quite a bit. And I do want to kind of apologize to the viewers. I think it's important to kind of the hurricane has affected the PR team in ways in terms of how we're covering today's game. Normally, I'd be much more engaged, but pinch hitting on one of our post-game articles, which is causing me to be slightly distracted. So I apologize for that.
Yeah, appreciate everyone's support. It's been kind of a crazy week overall. I mean, the Bucs were obviously in New Orleans. We've been doing Zoom press conferences. There were a lot of days where, Pewter Report staff didn't have power. I've been in New York because my apartment doesn't have power. So we're kind of moving on the fly, moving and shaking, but kind of piecing everything together as well. So
yeah. I was out of town training for my other job.
Yeah, you were gone too.
We've been putting this puzzle together with shoestring and bubble gum.
Yeah, but it's still working. So, Diesel Richey says, "You're good, Josh. No worries."
Appreciate that.
Lucas Petit says, "Just keep running and throwing to him." Talking about.
Hopefully not me.
Yeah.
Don't run or throw.
Oh no, you've gotten back into running.
I have.
Yeah. Buddy of mine is running the New York City Marathon this year. I was hanging out with him yesterday. He's like, "Yeah, just ran 20 miles this morning." So I was like, "Damn, dude, that's that's great, but also wild." Lucas Petit follows that up with, "Get the ball to Josh and Matt." Yeah, I'm in.
Let's do it.
I'll be the fullback.
And I think it'd be great content for us. Next time I'm down in Florida, I want us to do a Pewter Report combine.
Yes, I've lobbied for this for a while.
Good job by Joe Tryon-Shanka there.
Yeah.
In front of Alvin Kamara getting in the way of that screen pass. Oh, look, JTS doing the seatbelt. Chris Godwin has got me 37.5 points in my fantasy.
Oh, man, that's so dope. Another swing pass to Kamara, and Bucs cleaned it up for a short gain. So another good opportunity for the Bucs to get off the field. Elijah Cansey and Vita Vea hop on. We got another "You Can't See Me." And I like this. Have your best pass rushers coming in on third down.
Yes.
Cincy Kid says Josh Diamonds. All right, 3rd and 8. Bucs send KJ Britt. Yaya was close. There is a flag on the play. Will that help the Bucs?
Think it might have been a holding. The direction of holding. illegal shift.
Yeah, I'm muted. I just realized that. My bad. Sorry. The not blaming him, but the dog was barking, so I didn't want to bring that distraction. Punting away. McMillan with a chance to return. This is not going to be a game that Jalen McMillan's going to want to remember. All right, we're going to commercial break. I am briefly going to step aside. I will be right back. In the meantime, enjoy this picture of Yaya Diaby.
And while Matt goes on break, I'll just kind of update everybody with we'll start with around the NFL, and then I'll get into some box scores from this game so far. So if my internet can keep up with me. I tell you what, we'll start with the box scores. So Baker Mayfield right now for the Bucs is 22 of 34 for 299 yards and 3 touchdowns, as well as 3 interceptions. From my vantage point, 2 of those interceptions were one was an unlucky tip that Cam Jordan ends up pulling down. The other one was absolutely on Jalen McMillan. It wasn't the most perfectly thrown ball, but it was absolutely catchable. McMillan let it bounce off of his hands and ended up going for a pick. That's not to say Mayfield's been good. He hasn't. Most of his 11 other incompletions have been poorly thrown or poor accuracy, and he certainly earned the interceptions, even if it wasn't on those balls. Bucky Irving has 8 carries for 38 yards, averaging 4.8 yards per carry. Sean Tucker is going to create a running back controversy after this game with 4 carries for 29 yards to go with his 3 catches for 56 yards and a touchdown. So Mayfield has 2 scrambles for 21 yards. And then the rest of the receiving game has been mostly Chris Godwin. 13 targets, 11 catches, 125 yards, 2 scores. He also threw a key block on Kool-Aid McKinstry to help spring Tucker for his touchdown. Ryan Miller is 3rd on the team in receiving yards off of 1 catch and 1 target. Mike Evans has been targeted 6 times, 2 catches, 34 yards. He obviously looks not 100%, dealing with some type of ailment that's kept him in and out of the lineup. Sterling Shepard has 4 targets, 3 catches, 23 yards. Tristan Wirfs has 9 receiving yards off of a lateral from Chris Godwin at the end of the second half.
Yeah.
So if you had Tristan Wirfs anytime receiving yards, you got a big payday today, buddy.
And Bucs go with an end around to Sterling Shepard on this first play. Was it last year when Tristan Wirfs picked up a fumble recovery? It ended up not counting because I think there's a penalty on the play, but he started running down the field. I was having flashbacks of that a little bit. And as exciting as it is to have Tristan Wirfs with the football, it's also nerve-wracking because it's all right, well, everyone's just going to dive at his legs because he's a huge guy, and you don't want him to get injured in that sense. But whatever, and it ended up being okay. Bucs go play action. Baker gets sacked. Oof. Yikes.
That wasn't a great play for the offensive line on that one.
No, it was not.
Was it?
I saw a complaint about them going play action, but I don't really have an issue with it. I mean, you're supposed to take the deep shot on second down. Unfortunately, ended up in a sack. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Ben Bredesen. So on the play action, they're running a play action off of a pull lead, and Bredesen has to kick that block out and just didn't do a very good job.
Saints bring a Dabo off the edge. Baker gets around it with a spin move. He beats it again. He's still
going.
He's still going.
He may have that first down. And he's
close
down.
to
He's
first
hurt.
down.
And he's
yeah,
hurt.
Baker's hurt. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. He came very close. Yeah, right at his knee, I think. I don't think he got the first.
Could be that, or it could be his elbow.
Yeah, his elbow too, and that's his throwing arm, at least if by what they're showing. It might be his other. It might be his. I don't know. But it's 4th and 1. Do you go for it? I mean, it's kind of tough putting Kyle Trask in this situation. He's holding his stomach as well. Well,
yeah, I wouldn't put
they're not
Trask.
for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Trask in that situation.
Yeah, Baker's going to the locker room.
I think the blue tent.
Oh, blue tent. Yeah, you're right. I know nothing about football. Nicola wants him to go for it. Oh, there's a penalty, and that's probably on the Bucs.
There's a good punt.
Yeah. Too bad he's going to have to do it again. Well, let's see what the call is. Okay, so that was the helmet of Granderson, like right on the hip of Baker. At first, I thought it was the knee, but that's clearly his hip. And then, like you mentioned, the way Baker goes down seemed pretty painful too.
So illegal formation on Antonio Greer. Way to show up for USF there, Greer. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So we got 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. We have Tom Krasnicki is going to be joining us during that commercial break between the third and the fourth quarter. We'll get his thoughts. I mean, just happened with the Baker Mayfield injury, but we'll talk about that and get his thoughts on really a roller coaster game. So now Camarda will punt it once again. Oh, Camarda got hit.
I don't think they're going to call it.
Man. Camarda's pleading his case. Not going to get it.
They'll put it inside the 20.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran right into him. I know he kind of unbalanced fell into him, but
no. No. That should be a penalty.
That's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
All right. Saints got another opportunity. Radler has time. Yaya Diaby in pursuit. He gets around Diaby. Logan Hall ends up making the tackle, but he does get a solid gain out of it. Yeah, Kyle Trask getting a football.
Warming up.
Looks like he's kind of we'll see how long the Bucs defense will be on the field for. But yeah, Kyle Trask going to be getting that ball. And that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. We have T. Kraz waiting in the wings. We'll bring him on in just a moment. Before we do that, let's talk about our friends over at Autograph. It is co-owned by former Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady. Spent some time with the Patriots too. But we've been asked before about getting an app for pewterreport.com. We always say we don't need to, thanks to our friends over at Autograph. It's what you do already as a fan. It's reading blogs, it's listening to podcasts, watching breakdowns. It's all in one place for you, and it earns you rewards for every act of fandom that you do. It's a free app that you can get using the promo code Pewter, P-E-W-T-E-R, when you sign up. And they have it not just for the Bucs and for the NFL, but they have it for WNBA teams, MLB teams, still a couple of playoff rounds to go. Some of us a little more interested than others at the moment. Fantasy football as well, and the NCAA. So if you want to read Pewter Report news, watch Pewter Report videos and podcasts, and get rewarded in one free app, the Autograph app is for you. You can get it using the promo code Pewter. That's P-E-W-T-E-R. It's completely free on Androids and iPhones as well. All right, joining us now, the host of The Drive and the Overtime Show, which you can access right after the Bucs game, is Tom Krasnicki, a.k.a. T-Kraz. Tom, thank you so much for joining. I guess we have to react to what we just saw with the Bucs offense, Baker Mayfield getting banged up. It appears Kyle Trask may be entering this game. Your just initial reaction to that big moment?
Well, it's not good, man. I can tell you that. I don't know how many times I've said this on the air, and I know Todd Bowles has talked to Baker Mayfield about protecting himself. But Baker is such a gamer, in the heat of the moment, he's just trying to make a play, takes a helmet right to his hip, and now he's hurting. I mean, the close-up shots they took of his face did not look good. He looked like he was in a lot of discomfort. So I don't know what Kyle Trask is going to bring to the table, Matt. You and Josh, your guess is as good as mine at this point, but certainly not a encouraging moment right now.
Yeah, I'm curious, how much Liam Cohen will have to adjust the playbook with Kyle Trask in there. As we know, the backups don't get a ton of time, in practice, because you're building the game plan and trying to, come up with specific things. But this game has been so wild, so back and forth. The Bucs go up 17-0, then they blow the lead. Now they come back with the lead.
Whoa! Just big play.
Oh, really? All right. You're a little bit ahead of me, but
Sorry.
That's totally fine. You're a good luck charm. That's
good. No, he didn't.
Oh, my goodness. What's going on? All right. Play action, Radler looking, throws down the field. Zion McCollum intercepts it, picking it up, going the other way. T-Kraz, you already kind of mentioned, he lost the ball. Who's got it? Oh, my goodness. You can't make this up.
Greg Gaines came up with it.
Okay.
So McCollum with a big interception, first play of the fourth quarter, and then he fumbles it on the return, and Greg Gaines thankfully is there for the Buccaneers. So the Bucs have the ball and a 31-27 lead early stages of the fourth.
Is this not a microcosm for the whole game itself? I was just saying how they had a 17-0 lead and then they blow it. It's kind of like with the interception from Zion. But just give me your thoughts on what you've seen so far in terms of the Bucs' ability to, look great at sometimes, but then also just look completely out of control.
Matt, they got up to such a great start. Baker Mayfield was 9 for his first 9. They were running the ball well. They're up 17-0, and then one mistake after another, some bad penalties, the punt return for a touchdown, the interception started piling up, and then before you knew it, the Saints were back in this game, and they had the lead, so it's been going back and forth. And that last play, the first half, going into the locker room, personified everything that you saw in that first half, where the Bucs are trying to lob it and lateral it around and everything else. So just a wild game. Anytime the Bucs and the Saints get together, you could throw the records out.
I completely agree. I said this the other day. As Bucky Irving is slicing and dicing, breaking tons of tackles, getting down to the 45, he's at the 30, and goes out of bounds right before the 25. A fantastic run by Bucky Irving, who shoves someone on the sideline as well, some NFL personnel taking him out of bounds. I want to stick with what you just said, T. Kraz, for a second about the end of that quarter, because the thing that frustrated me the most and we've seen it before, is the time management of Todd Bowles. Because if you go back to the Bucs kicking that field goal to go up 17-0, they had a delay of game penalty. Sorry, I know you're ahead of me. And
sorry. I should be the one who's saying sorry.
Please feel free to cut me off if it's a big moment, because everybody wants to see the play as the Bucs go play act. Or no, they hand off to Sean Tucker to the 20, breaks a tackle, down to the 10. He's out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and goal. And there's a penalty. That's another thing. The flags in this game, the penalties, the Bucs can't make a play without, seeing some yellow on the field after.
Oh, personal foul on the Saints after the play.
Okay.
I don't know if it was for shoving Tucker out of bounds. That's what it looks like.
Huh.
But an 18-yard run for Tucker after a 31-yard run by Bucky Irving. And, oh, by the way, Baker Mayfield's back in the game.
Yes, that too. Yeah, that's gone by the wayside a little bit. Yeah, the ground game has been fantastic today when they've gotten it going. They kind of started with the pass, and then because the Saints are playing back, really got it going with Bucky Irving and Sean Tucker today.
And I think that's part of the problem why the Saints got back in the game. I mean, the ground game was working, and then all of a sudden, Baker Mayfield, who started 9 for 9, was inaccurate. Now, the first interception was completely his fault when he was trying to get Mike Evans down the middle. And then you had a couple of passes. One goes off Jalen McMillan, and the other one was deflected by Brian Breesy that Cam Jordan, the antagonist, comes up with. So I thought at that point maybe he was a little rattled. I think that's where Liam Cohen probably should have went back to the ground game, which obviously right now is suiting the Buccaneers very well at this point. Honestly, Matt, right down here, 1st and goal inside the 5, I'm not throwing another pass. I'm running it 3 times.
I'm in full agreement. Or I know Baker just got hurt, but maybe roll him out a little bit where he has the option to run. I know you don't want him to get him banged up, but yeah, Baker's thrown a ton of interceptable balls today. What are your thoughts on the time management of Todd Bowles? Because personally, I think it's been atrocious.
It's been bad, and it was bad late in the first half, and I think the 3 interceptions by Baker Mayfield was probably the reason why. I mean, they got the ball back with 45 seconds left. They had all 3 timeouts. So they ran the ball on 1st down, and then there was a screen pass on 2nd down. Very conservative play calling by Liam Cohen. I'm sure Todd Bowles probably told them to lean that way after all the mistakes that were being made. 3 interceptions, 9 penalties in the first half. I guess you can sort of understand why they did what they did, but still, that hasn't been a strength of Todd Bowles really for the longest time.
What have you thought about the defense today, too? Just kind of what we've seen. Just made a play as you hopped on, as it looks like Bucs are getting close to scoring a touchdown. But yeah, your thoughts about the defense?
I think Kalijah Kancey has made an impact, and Antoine Winfield Jr., the 2 injured guys that they have so desperately needed back, came up with big plays today. The scoop and the score by Antoine Winfield. And I think Kalijah Kancey at times has flashed some disruptive play, certainly in the backfield. He had a sack before, and he's also been a part of a lot of other big plays, as looks like the Buccaneers were just flagged. I'll tell you something right now, Matt. Sterling Shepard's got to sit down, all right? He just got called for offensive pass interference. I mean, he's had 3 big penalties here today. He's killing this team. You got to sit him down.
Well, the problem is Jalen McMillan has struggled too, right? Like one of the interceptions, McMillan, he's either got to catch that ball or not volleyball it up into the air where the Saints are able to intercept it. And yeah, that's the 3rd big penalty on Shepard. There was another, the second personal foul call I wasn't a fan of. Like that was just 2 guys jawing back and forth. And even the first one I think was an issue. But yeah, I mean, Sterling Shepard has had a lot of problems today, and they should have listened to you, T-Kraz. You said keep running the ball. What do? They throw it, and, a penalty happens on this play. So let's see what happens on 2nd and goal. Shepard in motion. They give it out to him. Redemption time? A little bit.
There's a flag, and I think it's against the Bucs. Let's see. Illegal man down. Hainsey got down the field. Ineligible downfield. Yeah. On Robert Hainsey, who's filling in for Graham Barnes. So now it's 3rd and goal. I think the ball is back at the 13, I want to say.
Just keep moving backwards.
Yeah, it looks like they're probably going to have to settle for a field goal at this point. At this point, Matt, you don't want any big mistakes, all right? It's third and goal. You're way back there. Actually, it's at the 8. Still, it's kind of a low percentage play. You got to be very careful with the football if you're Baker right here.
Right, because the worst case scenario, you settle for a chip shot field goal. McLaughlin's been money this whole season. At worst, the Saints can really only tie it up if they go for 2.
Something good is about to happen.
That's quite all right. All right, Baker in the shotgun, gets the snap, looking, goes to his right, moving around in the pocket, throws, it's caught, Cade Otton, touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Bucs extend their lead as T. Kraz gave a preview to us for it. Well done, Cade Otton scores, I believe, his first touchdown of the season. T. Kraz, on a more serious note, just want to ask, how's your home doing and everything with the hurricane? Are you safe? Your family doing well?
Family's doing well. My mom's house, she lost power for about a day. I miraculously didn't lose power. I live up in Pasco. I still don't know how that happened. Minor damage to the house, but all in all, I consider myself very fortunate considering, there are other people out there who lost everything. So just an unfortunate time for the Tampa Bay area. And hopefully the Buccaneers can hold on and win this game and give some people something really nice to kind of celebrate tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Sports has a great way of kind of being able to be a distraction for others, who might be going through tough times, as we know how it's going in Tampa right now. So hopefully the Bucs can deliver this win. And then, of course, you're going to be talking about it on the overtime show right when the Bucs game is done. You can see it on YouTube. Where else can everybody check it out?
Yeah, 95.3 FM, the mighty AM 620 through the iHeartRadio app by searching WDAE. And as you mentioned, Twitter, X, YouTube, and Facebook. We stream the show so you can watch us there. So it's the overtime show right after this game ends, which at this pace will probably be 6:30. So we'll be on the overtime show later.
Yeah, who knows how this is going to end. T. Kraz, thank you so much for jumping on. Thanks for being our play-by-play guy for a little bit. We appreciate you, and let's get a Bucs win. Let's get a Mets win later tonight as well.
Yes. Let's go Mets. OMG tonight against the Dodgers. Great to be with you, Matt. I hope you and your family are well as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're all good. Still without power, but that's all right. I'm actually in New York right now, where there is electricity. But yeah, thank you for the kind words, and we'll talk to you again soon.
You got it, Matt. Be good.
All right, bye. And by the way, next week we got the Pewter pregame show. It'll start at 9:00, and for Bucs Ravens. And, of course, after that, it'll be the Pewter Game Day show at 8:15, myself and Josh Capo. Josh, I hate to say it, but
every time I go off, they score. Just keep logging me in and out. Like, we're going to take you off for this drive, and then we'll bring you back for your reaction.
Honestly, I'm a pretty superstitious guy. I think a lot of people here know I'm a huge Mets fan. I've been doing certain things to, try to will the Mets to victory, and it's worked to a degree. So we may have to do that if it gets close to crunch time. Also, since T. Kraz was on, we didn't get to play the touchdown video, so we're going to do it right now. Yeah, crazy game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you were paying attention to me backstage while you're talking to T. Kraz, but I don't know if it was a good thing that I wasn't on the stream. My blood pressure can't handle more games like this.
Yeah, so the Bucs are up 10 now. Some people were questioning why the Bucs went for 2 in that situation.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't even really contemplate it just because I was still chatting with T. Kraz and everything. But
I get it.
Yeah, why do you think they did?
Yeah, so the Bucs were up 10 with the touchdown with no extra point. So you are already have the Saints having to get a touchdown and field goal to tie. There's not a downside to going for 2 and missing it. But if you go for 2 and you get it, you're up by 11, and now that field goal does them no good. The Saints at that point have to score 2 touchdowns. So that's the reason for it. Wait, no, sorry. They were up by 10.
So it would put them up 12.
Yeah, would put them
so
up
they
12.
would have had to
Never mind.
score. It at least would have forced the Saints to score 2 touchdowns if they wanted to win versus having the opportunity to tie it.
Yeah, but even with the extra point, they would have been up 11. So, Callie, you're right. I'm not exactly sure why you go for 2 in that situation.
Well, wouldn't they be up 12 if they got it? Oh, versus 11, 2-point
versus 11 with the.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And Rattler is sacked. Oh man, Levante David took out Chris Braswell. Braswell's grabbing his shoulder, his chest. So he's gonna get one of them's gonna get credited with the sack. Also, thanks to Callie Bucs for the $1.99 super chat. There's your explanation. Did I miss any super chats? Yeah, sorry, I missed a couple super chats. We'll get to them now. Tyson C, thanks for the $1.99, says, why wouldn't you go for it with a half a yard? I think because Baker was banged up, and that's kind of tough to put the backup quarterback in that situation. Geist85 with the $2 super chat says, Greg Gaines deserves a 5-year contract. Yeah, that's a big-time fumble recovery. No question about it. Geist85 with another $2 super chat, thank you, says, new depth chart, Bucky, Tucker, White. And then Lucas Petit says, White might be running back 3 now. Thanks for the super chat. Alvin Kamara having an uncharacteristic second drop. Redfish with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you. Says, what analytics say go for 2 points rather than up 11? Oh, I don't know. Sometimes it's tough to get into the mind of Todd Bowles. I don't know what else to tell you. Rattler on 3rd and 15, heaves it. Funderburg makes the catch. I don't think he was in bounds. Hey, so the Bucs are going to get the ball back. And that was a 3-and-out, I think. Oh, no. Oh, I don't like this. I have a bad feeling they're going to call that.
No, there's no flag.
Okay. I thought they were going to get them for running into the kicker. So there's.
I mean, if they weren't going to call it on Camarda earlier, like they couldn't have called that one because it was a Saints player who actually hit the punter.
I guess you're just quicker than me when it comes to assessing the play because I don't know, just the way this game's been going, I could just see it that way.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh man, this game is like it started out fun, then it became so aggravating. I'm just talking about the play by the Bucs. I've very much enjoyed our conversation, our interactions with everybody in the chat. Then the Bucs get the lead back, and it's just kind of like more of a sigh of relief than like they took the lead. And then now the defense, they get the interception with Zion. They get a 3-and-out here, getting a sack on Spencer Rattler. And I'm kind of just thinking more about where was this all game versus why are you doing it now? I don't know.
If you're asking for any explanation of this game, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, it's truly been something. Angle with a great comment says this game definitely made us all age for sure.
Oh, 100.
By the way, we will have the Pewter post game show in a little bit. Myself and Scott Reynolds. Breaking down whatever the hell happens within the next, 12 minutes, something like that. All right, new drive. Bucs just behind the 30. Sean Tucker's still in the game, so Bucs putting a lot of trust in Sean Tucker. I like to see it.
I also think it's indicative of the game plan that they want to go with.
Yes.
Again, Tucker is not a great pass protector. So if he's in the game, you are much less likely to see the Bucs throwing the ball. And it looks like they think they can just take it to the Saints defensive line.
Man, that touchdown was so nice. Oh, wow. I wasn't even doing that as a joke because it was a 69-yard touchdown catch and run. But yeah, Chris Godwin was in the top 10 in receiving yards going into this week. He's probably going to climb up the ladder today. And he ain't done. Oh, an end around to Sterling Shepard. Kate Otten with a nice ball. Shepard gets a first down and 4, tiptoeing down the sideline. I mean, again, this game's been crazy. What an odd game for Sterling Shepard. You know, he had the pass interference penalty on that last drive, the personal foul penalties. Been good as a runner today, though. A couple of end arounds to him.
Yeah, I've seen people saying he needs to be wide receiver 5 after some of those penalties. And yeah, the pass interference down in the end zone on the last drive was obviously a bad look. But the other 2 penalties, you and I have talked about it. I know you brought it up with T-Kraz that, you know,
yeah, T-Grass said he should get benched. I didn't agree with that.
Yeah, those unsportsmanlike conducts that was BS from the refs. And Sean Tucker finding another hole, another explosive run. The Bucs run game has come alive.
Yes. Oh God. Should Robert Hainsey stay the starter? Do the Bucs have a Graham Barton problem?
Hey, you're already gonna get the Sean Tucker RB1 stuff.
Yeah, but hey, I'm very happy for Sean Tucker.
Yeah,
like I don't know, he's getting the ball and he's producing. That's what you ask. That's what he does, or that's what he's doing. 144 rushing yards in this half. Shotgun run to Tucker. He's going to go to the outside. I mean, this is just brutal force by the Bucs on the Saints. There's not much the Saints can do right now.
Nope. They're just running the ball down their throats.
And the big thing, no penalties have held them back on this drive. $209 rushing yards. Wow. Bucky Irving in the game, 2nd and 2. They're going to run it with Bucky.
That's a first down.
Tackle forward. Yeah, for a first down. So the Bucs are inside the 20. Under 9 minutes to go. They are in scoring range to make it. Well, actually, they would have to score a touchdown to make it a 3-possession game. But at least, again, pretty much force the Saints at this point to score 2 touchdowns.
Sounds like your parents' dog are very happy about that.
Yeah, he's pumped about the run game. So a new 1st and 10. Otten goes in motion. They're going to try the end around again. Sterling Shepard gets tackled for a big loss. I respect what the Bucs went for. I'm not going to be crazy critical. Kind of went to the well a little bit too much.
That was just a great job by Chase Young to sniff that out.
All right, what are you calling on this play, Josh? Do you pivot to the passing game now? Do you stick with kind of the run game working? Oh my God. 1 second. Delay of game, timeout. Okay, timeout.
To answer your question, Matt, sorry, dazed out there. I'd still try and throw the ball. I don't know if the Bucs will do that, but I'm still trying to play for a first down. Is it going to be a super dangerous throw? No, I'd probably run a play action 2-man route and allow Baker to dirt it off of a half boot if he doesn't see what he likes.
Yeah, I think that's the right move, play action. Bucky is in the game, as you kind of talked about, a little more of an indicator of a passing play.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Shepard goes into motion again. They run it with Bucky. Gets about 2 yards, maybe 1. So a little conservative, but again, you're churning the clock. You're protecting the football. You're in field goal range. Third and 16. I mean, you might see a little screen, maybe kind of like what you said, nothing in harm's way. You're in field goal range. Just take the points. Baker's in shotgun. Yep, screen to Bucky. He's got a blocker. He has room.
He's still going.
He's got the first down.
That's the first.
And that could be a killer for the Saints. Because the Bucs are very close to scoring a touchdown, but even if they don't score a touchdown, like the Saints are going to get the ball back until like 4 minutes.
Yeah. And at
a great job. I mean, there's nobody around him. He doesn't get touched until he's at the yard marker. I mean, that's a backbreaking first down for the Saints. Now it's 1st and goal. And they're just going to go back to the well with Bucky early.
And he's going to go, I think he's just short. Just short.
Yeah, I think he was down. No, they called a touchdown.
Oh, wow. That may get reviewed.
Yeah, I would. Wow, 43 points for the Bucs.
Yeah, raise your hand if you had the under. That's all right.
Hey, I'm happy
all
to be
sorts
wrong.
of bets not hit.
I'm happy to be wrong if it means the Bucs win.
Those are the best ones, right? It's like, yeah, I didn't win money, but the next week is not going to be complete toxicity on the timeline.
Yeah. All right, 2nd and goal. No need for the Bucs to change anything. They're just going to keep running it and score. Touchdown, Bucky. Oh, yes, I can tweet out touchdown, Bucky.
And we got a touchdown graphic.
Yes, you're right. I'll do that first. Extra point by McLaughlin is good. Johnny says Todd must have went BA at halftime.
I'm telling you, it's there, and I'm sure the team has seen it.
Let's see. By the way, after the game, we will have the Pewter post game show. And for the Pewter post game show and our Monday show tomorrow, any super chat that is given by the Pewter people, it will be matched by pewterreport.com, and we will be sending those donations to Gronk's Hurricane Helene and Milton Relief Fund, because Gronk is a former Buccaneer. This is going to directly help people in the Tampa Bay area. There's already been a lot of money raised, as you see, $117,000, and Pewter Report will match up to $1,000 to this relief fund. So if you guys are in the giving mood and want to donate, as Jake Camarda hits the pylon on the kickoff, yeah, you can do that for the post game and for a Monday show. So just a heads up to everybody, if you want to do it, that's how you can help. I kind of want to see the Bucs get a 50 burger.
That would be nice, right?
That would be cool. I wonder the last time the Bucs scored 50 points. Might have been that LA game.
I don't think they had one last year. The Packers, they didn't get to 50 on that one. That was in the 30s. Packers
Yeah, I think that was the case. First and 10, Kamara finally makes the catch.
So I'm trying to think. The Bucs defense, right? They were saddled, or the Saints got 7 points off the kickoff return or the punt return, right?
Yeah.
And then the Bucs defense allowed 10 points off of 2 very short fields, right? A touchdown and a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 17 of their 27 points. But when given, like, the Saints behind the 50, they've only allowed 10 points so far this game.
That's true, and they
forced
don't
two
want to give it up yet.
Forced 2 turnovers.
Also,
right?
no points allowed in the second half. So yeah, I mean, we asked for halftime adjustments. You can't ask for much more than no points. Radler on second down. It's picked.
There's Tyke again. Tyke again.
He might be player of the game the way that this is going. And also, we're going to play this a couple of times because I didn't earlier. Because again, we were on with T-Kraz, but that's an interception. That was for Zion McCollum. Now we're going to do the Tyke Smith interception. Bucs just continue to chug along. Sean Tucker is past the 50. He's at the 40 to the 30, goes down, and the Bucs are already in field goal range. They're just they're enforcing their will on the New Orleans Saints. Man, oh man, and there's really not much the Saints can do about it. It's just run play after run play. I mean, what a second half for the Buccaneers.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, 50 burger. We're on a 50 burger watch.
Yeah, we are. 21 unanswered points in the second half. The offensive line has been dominant. The running backs are finding holes and just blowing through them for multiple explosive runs. The defense is creating turnover after turnover. Look at that, 32 carries for 252 yards and a touchdown.
Josh, what if I told you the Bucs would allow 27 points in a quarter? And in a quarter, and they're going to end up winning the game by 20.
I would have asked you for whatever the hell you were smoking.
Yeah. Oh, there's a flag at the end. I wonder what that's going to be.
Was that on Chase Young just throwing Bucky after the whistle?
I think it got thrown right before he did his toss. Maybe it's on the Bucs because the ref's talking to Dennis Allen. I think everyone's kind of confused. There's no foul. Okay, never mind. They'll make a third down. Or second down. I thought that was... I don't know. So the two guarantees for most impressive have to be Tyke Smith and Chris Godwin. I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. One. So, I mean, I'll give the viewers here a little bit of a preview. We've got Chris Godwin. We've got Tyke Smith, the Bucs run game, and then Bucs star defensive players. Because if you think about the guys who have really had strong games, you've got Yaya, Vita, Winfield, Zion, and then I do have a separate section for Tyke there. So yeah, and then
Sean
there's
Tucker.
He's just in beast mode right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Saints run fits are in shambles.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a simple run to the outside, and they're doing it. Saints call their last time out. They're not going to have many left. Well, they have none left. Duh. Shaggy with the $2 super chat says, "What company makes the flags? I want to buy stock." I like that. All right, 1st and 10 for the Bucs. 2:22 to go. Josh, with the way this game is going, you know I love having you on, but with you doing most impressive as Sean Tucker bursts through the line again, it's going to be an 8-yard run. I feel pretty confident with how this is going. I don't know if you want to just kind of focus primarily on most impressive, and I can handle the rest of the way.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah,
I
mean, the Bucs are about to go up 20. No problem. Josh Capo, thank you so much for joining. And everyone look out for his most impressive, which will be coming out soon.
Thanks.
Thank you, Josh. Okay. We are at the 2-minute warning. I got to get that graphic out of here. Yep, there we go. Now it's just little old me. All right, we're at the 2-minute warning. Bucs are in celebration mode because looks like they're going to win and go to 4-2 on the season. So they beat the Saints today. It also kind of reminds me when they beat the Saints in Drew Brees' last NFL game. But now Drew Brees is on to other things like being a part owner in walk-ons, which you can find in Tampa.
Game day at walk-ons is just different. And it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. no shortcuts. We are hand cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The walk-on's way.
Yeah, make sure you get out to walk-ons. There's still the 4 o'clock games going on. There's the Sunday night game, playoff baseball. Walk-ons has tons of great deals like the 449 pints, 22-ounce beers for $5.99. They got that of Michelob Ultra, Bud Light, and Budweiser. There's the Heineken Silvers, the $5 neutrals. Tons of great deals. Also, happy hour. Walk-ons is famous for that. It's from 3 p.m. till close on Monday, all day on Tuesdays from 3 to 6, and then 9 to close on Wednesday and Thursday, and 3 to 6 again on Friday. So they got deals like $3 happy hour pours, $4 house wines, and check out their starters as well. The Boom Boom Shrimp Queso Dip, boneless wings, fried pickles, a lot of great stuff. So, yeah, head on over to Walk-Ons, get some great food and drinks. We got a $2 super chat from Spinks. Thanks for the $2 chat. It says, super chat. It says, Tucker RB1. I don't know just yet. This is a great game. But, Bucky Irving's been fantastic as well. Okay, 2nd and 2 for the Bucs. Sean Tucker to the outside. He's going to score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's a 50 burger for the Buccaneers. Wow. The Bucs covered the over by themselves. Extra point is good. Wow. We talked about how the Bucs struggled in the second half last week. That is not the case this time around. I mean, let's look at these stats. Again, no points for the Saints in the second half. Baker Mayfield, 325 yards, 4 touchdowns. He does have 3 interceptions, but again, 2 of them not really on him. Sean Tucker, 14 rushing attempts, 136 yards, and a touchdown. Bucky Irving, 14 rushes, 81 yards, and a touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 31 rushing yards. Those were all design plays. And he had that, that big-time loss as well. Baker, 3 for 29. 277 rushing yards for the Bucs. Chris Godwin doing everything in this game as a receiver. 11 catches, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sean Tucker, 3 for 56. So he did it on the ground and through the air. Levante David, 9 tackles. Spencer Rattler is going to trot out there once again. Wow. And Buccaneers Communications is saying the 51 points scored marks Tampa Bay's second most points scored in a single game in franchise history, trailing only week 4. I was at this game of the 2019 season against the Los Angeles Rams. Just a reminder again to everybody, we'll have the Pewter post-game show in a little bit. First down Saints, but that clock's running. The Saints don't have any timeouts. T with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. As Zion is him. He's our number one. His growth and newfound confidence have been incredible. Re-sign him and give Dean's money to Godwin because we can't let him go. Honestly, all wise decisions. Wilson makes the catch, goes out of bounds. Oh, CJ Brewer with the pass breakup. Oh, man, I kind of want to pick 6. Let's let's get some type of pick 6 or something. Yeah, Brian S says 0 in quarter 1, 27 in quarter 2, 0 in quarter 3, 0 in quarter 4. Pretty wild. Okay, 3rd and 7. New Orleans tackle for pretty much no game. J.J. Russell on the tackles. The Bucs pretty much have their backups in. You'd imagine Saints will go for it on 4th down, even though the game's out of hand. KJ Britt's still in there. Zion's still in there. Okay, that's going to be a 1st down. Merriweather makes the tackle. But again, 40 seconds to go. That'll wrap it up. $30 seconds. Could be a free play. Incomplete. I think the Bucs may have been offsides. Now you just want everybody to be healthy. With 28 seconds to go. Yeah, 51 Burger says Grace Point. Why are we calling penalties now? Just get the game done with. There's 28 seconds. I think we're going to see another flag by the end of this 28 seconds. No, Spinks, I got to your super chat. Thanks for each of these $2 super chats. And how about now, Tucker RB1? Maybe the second one I didn't get to. I mean, he's earned way more opportunities. There's no doubt about it. All right, little screen to the running back. J.J. Russell makes the tackle. I like J.J. Russell. And credit the Bucs, man. I mean, they evacuated to New Orleans on Tuesday, practiced in Tulane all week, and then put up 51 points. An odd game for the defense. Radler is sacked by Will Golston. All right. Will Golston gets a sack. That's going to end it. So we're going to play 2 videos in a row. First with... And then the game's over, so that means Bucs win. Okay. 4-2 on the season for the Bucs. Big time bounce back win today. We'll have the Pewter post game show coming up in a little bit. So until then, Make sure you follow us on all of our social media at Pewter Report. Our YouTube channel is Pewter Report TV. Please like and subscribe. We'll let you know on social media when we go live with the Pewter Post Game Show. Another reminder, all donations, all super chats from the Pewter Post Game Show and tomorrow's Monday show will be matched by Pewter Report and will be sent to Gronk's Hurricane Helene and Milton Relief Fund. So just a reminder for everybody there. And that's going to do it. Bucs win. They go to 4-2 on the season. So for Josh Capo, who was on, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks everybody for watching. I love the Pewter people, and we'll see you soon for another Pewter Game Day show. Out.